Well, go on, people. Welcome once again, man. Know that what last week we had a show, but we're back again, but with a different flavor. World Champs is up on us, so of course we have to be here to do all those predictions and give you all those controversial picks and all the controversy that you like to hear because we have a lot of controversial folks on the show tonight. Well, man, that the man set the place alight last year, man. The man come with that clown outfit. You don't know what I'm talking about, man. Talking about none other than Adrian. Well on, bro.
Big up, well gone. Nice to be back here.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we have a man who, let's be honest, man, I've been trying to get a hold of him for a minute now because he excelled at champs, man. His athletes did very well at champs, and I really wanted to give him a shout out. We're talking about none other than Coach Q himself. Welcome, Coach Q. Well on.
Respect. Always a pleasure being here, man. Thanks for having me.
And also, man that says that he is the voice of reasoning. He also he has no voice at all and he's so stupid. Kems himself. What going, bro?
Yeah, man. I apologize for no video this time, man. Up on the road, but could have missed taking in some knowledge and stuff, so just have to jump in via audio.
Alright, say less, bro. Well, gentlemen, the champs is up on us, man. Starts August the 19th. See a lot of things happening. A lot of athletes has pulled out. A lot that we wanted to have seen at these championships are not going to be there, but nevertheless, we still have a stacked field in almost every event to really set us alight and get the feeling going. So, before we even get into the event itself, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm excited like the next month. You know, World Champs is like Christmas week. So that was, if you're a true track enthusiast, then you know how you're edging for see the first race start at World Championships.
Absolutely. See where we start this. So a bit of news. That's where we're going to start. Earlier on, I believe it was either today or yesterday, we saw in the news that one Elaine Thompson has changed coach again. I believe. Now Shaniki Osborne is now the coach of Elaine. So what do you guys make of that? Because a lot of people supported her movement when she went back over to her husband and all of that, but didn't work out. So now she's back in terms of with a different coach. What's your take on that?
Coach Q is the one that need to answer this question because I don't know who this person is.
All right. So Coach Osborne, popularly known within the track circle in Jamaica as Shelly. She has been in the coaching arena for quite some time. She has been at Papine. She's now at Wolmer's Boys. She has also been one of the assistant coaches as part of the MVP camp for quite some time. And a lot of people don't know, but she's the current coach of Candice McLeod, the national 400 meter runner. So she's been around. It's just that she's not the household name that I think everybody anticipated or expected. But I anticipate that the decision might be on the basis of familiarity, meaning Elaine has been familiar with her when she was there. At some point, she might have had to assist in the execution of her program and stuff like that. So, there might have been some bond there, or some level of respect and understanding between both. I think it would also tie in the fact also that there's also familiarity in terms of how she has been prepared in the past. Shelley being a part of MVP when she was there, when Elaine was there in her highest. So she would have been privy to the workouts and the things that actually stimulates her to perform at her best. So I think on those bases, especially as they highlight as a temporary for this season, I think might have been the reason for the decision.
Question: how long are we expecting this relationship to last? You
It's
said something, and here's why I asked that question. You said she's not a household name,
right,
right? Her husband wasn't a household name.
right.
So how long are we expecting this non-household name to last?
Well, do you really need a household name? I think this could be the development of an household name. Ronaldo Walcott, who is actually the head coach of Elite Performance, that is doing exceptionally well, wasn't a household name. He came straight out of the regime of MVP as well as a coach. So I wouldn't really put everything on the curtains of, it has to be a household name coach. Walcott has done tremendously well with Shelley when everybody was like, Shelley, we're going to think that not really too sure. But, I think his knowledge and experience and expertise, proves. We just anticipate and expect that Coach Osborne here has the same sort of background, knowledge, and expertise to, see Elaine through as well.
All right.
So my thing about it, Coach Q, is that because as they asked her a question about the Achilles, how is she going to attack the Achilles? And I think that was an important thing for me to hear when she was like, they're going off the doctor's recommendations. She has some experience dealing with injured athletes or athletes of this caliber that has the Achilles problem. So she kind of have an understanding of how to handle it. I don't think her husband had a clue what he was doing. And I know Adrian say, household name and stuff, but I think for her husband, we all know it was just way over his head. Obviously, them say, don't mix
We
business
all
and
knew
pleasure.
that.
No, we all knew that. Way over his head.
We, as in everybody except you, right?
What do you mean? I was the first one who said, I think this is a horrible decision. The very first person. What do you mean? I was begging her to stay at MVP one more year. I mean, obviously, I was a little bit on the other side, like hoping, say, boy, probably something happened. But in truth and in fact, I just don't think that, he would have done a good job. His resume didn't speak loudly. And again, for an athlete who has as many injuries as Elaine has had, you need a particular care, a particular regime. And, Coach Q know more about that, how you take care of these athletes. And I just don't think that he had it. And then, the results, we saw the results that happened.
I fear this is just another experiment, and I'm not sure she has the luxury of taking on another experiment.
Respectfully, I think any coach that picks her up at this point, it will be deemed similarly as an experiment.
Why didn't you throw your name in the hat? The world wants to know.
I think, all right, I won't say I didn't have interest, but again, looking on the basis of, I don't consider myself one as a household name coach, and two.
We've seen the results at Immaculate. Please stop.
Right.
Stop. You don't have to be modest, please.
And two, there isn't that level of familiarity as far as, the same level of familiarity that she has with Coach Osborne in order to reach out and stuff. But it's not something that I have dismissed. I might not have truly acted on. Because, as you know, I'm pretty sure at this juncture you'll have coaches, locally, overseas, everybody, throwing their hat in. Fair, if it comes down to having a conversation, most definitely, I won't back down from it. But
so Coach Q, I don't want to give away your secret sauce, But what I want to ask you is that, you have Elaine Thompson right in front of you. What's the first thing that you would have, as a coach, with all the experience, everything we know, what's the first thing that you would have done in order to change something about her?
As in right now, I think the main thing, if I should have her right now, the main thing was just to get her through the season. So seeing where she's at, what deficiencies she currently experiences, and try to strengthen those, and then as far as discuss what the goal is for the season. There's Panam all the way in October. Does she want to prepare for that? Then we kind of try to pick up from there. If it's a case that we want to close on the season after Budapest, then we do a revamp and then start with a brand new canvas and get some work in for 2024.
So you said that. So you said that you would find out if she want to go to all the way to October. So is it a situation where the athlete kind of decides how long the season go, or is a combined effort between the two?
It can be a combined effort, but I think especially picking her up in mid-season, there might be contractual obligations that she has to fulfill. Seeing that she's not competing at an individual event at Budapest, might want to honor that. So I suspect that might be in her contract. Might want to honor that by probably competing in an individual event come Pan Am Seniors and winning to ensure the business aspect of the sport is handled before making that transition and moving forward.
Fair enough. All right.
All right, and before we get into it, big up everybody that is in the chat. Ensure that you like the stream, and there's a lot of you, so I'm not going to pinpoint the names because I'm not going to finish stop calling. So big up everybody in the chat and ensure that you are sharing the video and all of those good stuff. So let's just jump right into it. So women's 100 meter. That's where we're going to start right off the bat. Now, once Sharika Jackson has put her hand in the air that, hey, I am the athlete in this event to beat this year. But we hear a lot of murmurings that, don't be surprised if that person get beaten in. We have heard all those murmurings. And then adding to the mixture, Shelly and Fraser Price, we have also heard that she won medal. Where that this is the year of an athlete from Ivory Coast and all of those wonderful stuff. And we like it. Now, we look at this event and as I said, it's interestingly poised and all of those stuff. Like the build-up, whether they're playing Ponzi or whatever they're playing, I like it. So, right off the bat, how do you guys see this event going? And I want you guys to get in depth about it.
Ken, stick it, because I want to hear something ridiculous to start off with. Go ahead. Take it.
All right, listen, man. Listen, what I can say, I think in the 100 meters, and again, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think while you need talent, I think, trust me, I think at least 30% of this event is a little bit of luck. Who get the best start, who don't slip in the blocks, who don't sleep in the blocks, because I think that the competition is so tight. There's no clear-cut winner, that a little bit of luck have to be in there. For me, personally, I think Sha'Carri is going to win, right? I think Sha'Carri is going to win. And the reason why I believe she's going to win is because I believe that she has been one of the most consistent athletes this season. We don't see the bag of chatter. We don't see the bag of gimmicks. We just see an athlete that's about business, about her work, about her job, consistently improving, going out there, execute, and winning and running at a very, very, very fast rate, right? Obviously, so that's my winner, right? That's my subjective winner. Obviously, Shericka Jackson and Stephen Francis is nothing to sneeze at, right? I was at the Jamaican trials. I saw what she did. I saw how great she looked. But again, I've also seen she got beaten quite a number of times by a Talu, by a Sha'Carri. I've seen she got ran down by a Sha'Carri, by a Talu. Obviously, championship races are a little bit different. So you can't really gauge it. But again, I can only gauge what I can see. I can't use my imagination anymore. So I'm just using what I can see. So again, Sha'Carri is my winner. I have Shericka as my second place. And for my third place, I have to use the lady from Ivory Coast. Listen, I'm not disrespecting Shelly and Fraser Price, but I just don't believe that she is prepared enough this season. She has been riddling with injuries, I've heard, and I don't think she has enough preparation to come against this field that is strong, ready, and race fit. Talu has been running exceptionally well this season, and I just believe that she'll get the bronze medal. So my top three is Sha'Carri, Shericka, and then Talu. I'll have Shelly to come forth. No knock against her. She ran 10-8 season opener, but I don't think she have enough races under her belt. And again, this is not one of those seasons where everybody running slow. The persons are running fast, they're executing, and I think they're hungry. So I think Shelly gets the fourth place. And that's just my pick.
Okay.
You never fail to disappoint, brother. You've always,
Let's say Adrian, verbal diarrhea.
you have never failed.
Boss,
You
what
have
you mean?
never failed. Let me ask you
Boss.
something. You think, wait. Stick up it.
All right.
1065. That means nothing to you, right?
Oh, that Sharika 1065.
Yes, it means nothing to you, right?
I mean, listen, Stradix. Again, I was at National Stadium when it was being run, and
And
I just believe that she got a little. As I said, there's a little bit of luck. She got an excellent start. I can't count on Sharika to get an excellent start every time. She got an excellent
Bro,
start.
are you really going there?
Hold
on, man. You want to pull up that screenshot?
With screenshot, I said
but
no
them man
Jamaican.
keep receipt too. Wow.
Yeah, I said no. I said no Jamaican was in 10-6 shape, and she run 10-6 in a 2.0 headwind.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was a 1.0, sir.
It was a 2 point. It was 2.0 win.
Absolutely
that's
not,
legal.
bro. Here it is right on the screen, bro. Don't do that,
1.0.
fam.
What are you talking about?
Here it is. What are you talking about? There it
What's
is
the
right
win
on the
there?
screen.
What's the win there?
Positive 1.0.
1.0.
I thought it was
National
2.0.
Stadium, Kingston.
Yeah, but again, I said I was there live and direct, and again, I just didn't feel. I just didn't feel threatened seeing Sherika Jackson run. I think Shakari is just the one to beat in that 100 meters. That's just my pick.
From March. So Shakari runs 1071 in March.
Yep.
Right? Came closest at 1075. I think Windy did once or twice. And 1076. And you still think that she's going to beat a MVP coached Sherika Jackson that's already dropped at 10.65?
Well, yeah.
Sherika Jackson that we see 2 weeks ago walk through the line at 21.9 or something like that. And she was like,
we're talking about the 100 meters. And
right, but each event translate. This is a sprint. The one translates to the 200 meter. Make no mistake about it.
Understood, Adrian. But what I'm saying is that I just don't think that I personally don't think that Sherika can package the perfect race come the 100 meter at the World Champs. I just don't think so. I can be wrong, but I just don't think so.
No, not can be wrong. You are wrong. It's not can be wrong. You definitely, say, who is Demo? You're right. I should have brought the clown outfit with me. Because I know him that start off with some foolishness like this. Never fail. Listen, man. Let me tell you something. The only thing stopping, well, I'm not going to go that far. I was going to shoot for the world record, but she would need a 2.0. I believe she would need a 2.0 to get the world record. But there's nobody that's going to stop Sherika Jackson from winning that 100 meter at the World Championship. And I've gotten some inside rumors about what's going on with Team USA, and it don't seem like those girls are focused on track and field right now. It's like a lot of bickering going on inside the camp.
Shakari and Gabby Thomas have always been at it from Jesus was a boy.
Yeah, but this is your focus. You're here to compete, and you can't ignore the differences like what you and Gabby Thomas really have. And rumor has it that TT Terry is really the one that's causing the issues. But regardless, that's your camp. Like, you're not focused. So being like unproven in the 10-6 ranges, like she has never run 10-6.
Okay.
Right? Legally. And now being distracted at our world games. Like, I'm not expecting that girl is not getting on the medal podium, Kems.
Who's not getting on the
And I love the anarchist in her. I love the deviant in her. Trust me, I like that kind of thing. I'm a deviant myself. Right? But at a point you have to step back and realize, no, she's not focused. And then here's another thing too.
Yes.
Her coach, I don't know what instruction he's giving her, but it seems like she's running her races backwards. At the USA trials, you saw it in the 100 meters, slower after every round. And in the 200 meters, slower after every round.
Yep.
I don't know where, since LSU, it's just not been the same. It's just always seemed like she's just always, the sporadic. There's nothing controlled about her runs. She's just always sporadic with her running. And then, 100 meters in 1 week. Like, even Michael Johnson had to question if athletes don't make decisions for themselves anymore. It just seemed like a lot of chaos in our camp. She's not getting on.
Sharika Jackson did the exact same thing. What are you talking about?
No, not to the extent that she did it. Like, it was like a day between each races.
No, boss. Boss. Every track meet that Sha'Carri was at, Sharika Jackson was at the same meet. Whether she running the 1 or the 2, but she was at the exact same meet. What are we talking about?
No, there was a particular week in which she ran like 3, like 1. Rest one, and then that's where the eyebrows were raised. But anyhow, my top 3: Sharika Jackson is winning. There's no one stopping her from winning.
Okay.
Talu will get the silver. I'm going to give her the benefit that she's going to actually live up to expectation, and I expect her to get that silver this year. Third place, you cannot ever count out a champion, and this is where I will put Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce on the podium. She's had a rough season, yes, but she's a champion. I saw something the other day for the last 14 years, I believe. She has failed to win the 100 meter once at a world championship. That's remarkable dominance.
I think it was failed to medal, not failed to win.
Was it failed to medal or
failed
win?
To medal.
Win.
Failed to medal.
We can check.
Yeah.
But like that's remarkable dominance, and you can never count out a champion like that. So I will put her at third because Talu is having an excellent year, but no one is taking that gold medal from Sharika Jackson. That's my final take on it.
So before you run away, Mr. Adrian, so let me get this straight. So Sha'Carri Richardson, who has been performing out of her mind all season, you are going to write her because of some noise with Gabby Thomas.
No, no. See,
but Kim, let's not also forget that this is her first actual major championship as well.
Okay, we'll on to that. When Shelly ran at her, listen, everybody always have a first name.
How old is Shelly again?
I don't know how much Shelly.
Okay,
I don't know how old Shelly was, but I'm saying everybody has a first major. So we can't always come and say, oh, this person's first major, and try to use that as a caveat to say.
Correction, Shelly's first major was with the relay team. It wasn't the gold medal in 2008.
Okay, sure. But I'm saying, at some point in time, Adrian and Levon, there must be your first major. There must be a first at one point. All right, so again, I believe Sha'Carri is just running too well. Like Shelly was just run a 2-3 race come beat her. Impossible.
Yep. You don't need more than 3, right? To get
I think I might have now because Kems and Adrian are gonna go back and forth the whole night on this one topic. So I'll interject. So I think this year's 100-meter World Championships stands to be one of the most. It's one of the only, I think, 100-meter where you can actually pick from 5 athletes in terms of who can win. In no particular order, you have the likes of Dina Asher-Smith, you have Talu, you have Sharika, you have Sha'Carri, you have Shelly, and I think those are the power 5. And not neglected Julian Alfred. So on paper, it is going to be one of the most competitive hundreds in the history of the World Championships for the female. I don't think at any World Championships in our Olympics we've ever had like a blanket finish for the women's 100-meter in particular. This could be the year. It's a hard to pick. I think a lot of, as you noticed, with definitely through Kems and Adrian, a lot of the selections are going to be, or the predictions going to be based off passion, or based off, in terms of their own personal bias.
Sir, I don't see any passion on the list. I see Sharika Jackson 10.
I'm just saying.
No passion, no run. No passion.
I'm just saying. All right. So let me just relate that back to Kems then, on the passion aspect. So clearly, we can always go off of the in terms of the fastest time that each athlete has run for the year. Oftentimes, we've seen where the fastest person for the season is not necessarily the person that wins at the championships. The championships demands a totally different set of skill set of focus, and execution as far as being competitive. And this is where, as you mentioned, regarding to Shakira, this is where she might have an issue, because this is where she would. This is her first major championships. Missing the last one due to her own personal issues, but this is her first major championship competing, and it is not the easiest of the championships. It's going to be hard from the semifinals. Now, I think at Wales they have quarterfinals, don't they?
I believe so. Well, we don't count the first round, scrub round.
Yeah, right? Scrub round. Right, yeah. So it's
scrub round.
Chances are by the heats you have to go run 10. From your heats you have to go run 10. So
I guarantee you, Shakira will run 10.
No, she will probably
7-5.
She probably run 10-6 on PB. As you mentioned, there seems to be a reverse in terms of how she does her rounds. That could be a coaching issue. That could be a mental issue. It could be just her trying too hard. And I think this is where when the competitions are this tight in terms of who, trying to figure out who will win, it comes down to the handlers and the skill set of those handlers as far as their ability to get the athletes ready. All right. So if we go by history has shown that the coach that has the most in this lineup, the coach that has the most 100-meter titles at World Championships, MVP coach, the great Stephen Francis, sits firmly on the train leading Shericka Jackson.
Betting against that. No way, no how I'm betting against that.
Undoubtedly, he has always been the master of getting athletes right, getting athletes fast and ready at the right time. And he has never failed in that regard, especially on the female side. And observing Shericka's dialogues and interviews and stuff, there's so much trust that she has in what her abilities are and what she and Stephen Francis has been putting together, that her confidence is unsurmountable. Her confidence is in the clouds. So
wait for your top three so we can write it down.
So let me iron it out. So with that said, I am putting Shericka on top part of the right? For my second place, that is, I think, one of the most difficult ones, because you have two other girls running 10.7. You have Shelly running 10.83. You have Dina running 10.85. You have, what's her name? Alfred running 10.85. You keep
mentioning Dina. Dina is not on any kind of form this year.
That's the same thing everybody said last year, and she came out. She just missed out on the bronze, coming fourth in the 100, running at 10.80,
that's the point.
And she got the bronze in the 200. She showed up on her coach is also one of those that can get her ready. I think for the second spot, though she has only run 3 races and ran 10.83 consecutively for those times, I'm not paying attention to the 10.83. I'm paying attention that one. It's the 10.83 is her season opener. I think out of everybody there, apart from Shakira's win 80 time, that's the fastest season opener over the 100 meters for all the girls, for all the ladies. All right. I've observed in terms of how those 10.83s are executed. There's clearly been specific as far as trying to work on fixing and getting something done, getting the race together. I have no doubt that on that day she will be present. Will she be good enough to challenge Shericka? fall short, and that's where I think she get the second place. So Shelly-Ann is my silver medalist.
Okay. And third?
For my bronze, it's a hard one to call, but I firmly believe, based on the form that I've seen her in this season, based on how she ran a couple 200s that I really wasn't impressed with, but kind of call a point for concern. But her hundreds look flawless in its executions. I believe that Talu will be firm and strong, picking up a bronze medal at the World Championships this year.
No, I have to interject.
Those are my top three.
Yeah, I have to
So
interject.
we heard your top three, Kebs.
Yeah, we heard the top three.
Yeah, you don't need to change your list. It's fine.
I'm not changing my list. I'm calling out the disrespect, the dishonesty, and the absolute craziness that is being talked on this podcast right now.
I think the issue is, after bronze they might have copper. I think Shakira might get a copper.
Yeah, we can invent a new medal for her.
Or aluminum.
Yeah,
or aluminum or something, zinc. I don't know. One of those.
So, coach, on a serious level, because I'm not even in a joke thing right now, coach. So you're telling me that you see Shelly-Ann run 3 races and the fastest season opener, and you go and you dissect those races. But all of the races where Sha'Carri run, when she was unbeaten until obviously Julie and Alfred beat her in the little troop race where she never did that take serious.
From Sha'Carri, I know that she wasn't taking it serious. You spoke about that.
Yeah, just like when you say Sherika Jackson did walk. The same something can use.
No, but the track and field, I would have seen that. It's not just me just saying it. Like over the years, you've noticed like when athletes run, you can pick and decipher what's going on.
Exactly, but then Sha'Carri did just beat up Sherika Jackson the other day, and then come now with Julian Alfred a small fry. No reason to kill out yourself against a small fry. You already beat the big fish, right? So again, Coach Q, all of that what you see from Sha'Carri this season, nothing. Even as biased as you be as a Jamaican, nothing say, boy, she can really get a medal. Nothing at all.
I'm sure the opening statement is a hard pick, and I think the question that was put forward by Levon, what are our picks? And my pick just does not include your pick in my top 3. I have no doubt she'll make the finals. If she doesn't, then that is it would be a shame. I want her to be in the finals because I want the best possible final ever. All right, I want her out there, and I want her at her best. Don't think I don't want her to. I want her if she in 10-7-1 shape, 10-7-0 shape, 10-6 shape. I want her there at her best, because then, if she is at her best and she's beaten, then it makes it even more entertaining. If she wins, then
no excuses.
If she wins,
no excuses. Yes.
If she wins, then it's fine. I don't want it to be like when Elaine ran 10-5 and she ran 10-9 or 11-0. I don't want that. I want the fastest possible final out there by all 8 girls, all 8 women out there. She is undoubtedly, as somebody mentioned, that Sha'Carri she is a loose cannon, and is not somebody that some persons like yourself can put your money, heart, soul, house, everything on her. But I have not. She's too much of a loose cannon for me to put my trust in her at a major championships like that. And the major championships is not just about your physical capacity. It is so much mental, and you cannot neglect those that have been there before so many times and are still at the peak of their game. It's not like they've been there and they know the dyno. They've been there and been at their best.
There's only one person, Coach Q. There's only one person in that field who has been there and is in the 12-2 and 1.5. and that is Sherika Jackson and Talo. Those are the only two who are at the peak of their powers right now. Nobody else.
Yeah, but if it's so okay, so fine. Shelly is not at. She don't run at 10-6 yet, so I guess that means she's not at her peak. However, since the last time since she ran to now, we have no idea what's been going on, right? So the thing with Shelly is that you don't have a measure. We don't have a. We just get three. We get a small sample, and we can't make a big prediction on those small samples. But those small samples are.
I think after the 10-3, Kems think Shelly just go and go sit down on her hand.
Here we go, gentlemen. We're going to need to move on from this, though. So I want to get into Akil. Akil, give his top two and we'll move on because we have been on this for a minute. So, Akil, what's your top three? Welcome to the
Good
show.
night. Yeah, good night, everyone. My top three is Sharika, Shelly, Dina.
Oh shit! Yo, man, come off on the street.
Okay.
Dina.
And just
Dina.
Yo.
and just
Hey,
like
I respect
Coach
that because I'm a Dina fan.
money. Just like how Coach just mentioned money. Just look at this lovely odds right over here. Sherika is getting $5 to win the world championship. So for the people that do betting, there you have it, man. Cash in as soon as possible and get that $5 odds. But we move on now and look at the men's event. No medals for Jamaica over there, right? Who you guys have winning this? Because Zarnel is the fastest in the event this year so far, and Zarnel seemed to be rebirth. He has been doing well this season. 2 PBs, national record. That's impressive.
Well, I think Fred is the fast. Oh, there's Zarnel are the fastest time for the year. Yeah, then Fred. Yeah.
Well,
What do we see?
Listen. All I'm asking for.
Shakira don't run the men's 100. Just clarify. Okay.
But all I'm asking for is for the great Glenn Mills. I've heard so much about the great Glenn Mills. All I'm asking for is for the great Glenn Mills to produce a gold medal out of Zarnel Hughes. That's all I'm asking for. Because we already know Oblique Civil won't do it. We already know that. We already figured that out. That he's just not up to par. He's not on the level of these other runners, so Oblique Civil won't do it. Listen, at the national trials, all I'm hearing, this guy have something up his sleeve. He is ready to go. Watch him. Watch out for him. Watch out for him.
It was a long sleeve. It wasn't a short sleeve. It was a long sleeve.
But
hold on. Sorry, Coach. Go on.
No, I said not making excuses, but Oblique came into the trials coming off of a 3-week hamstring injury. So he's been out for 3 weeks. I literally witnessed him do some strides. Coach said, do a block start. He did one block start. And him said, all right, we just have to work with that going into the championships.
Okay, but again, last year I heard about Oblique as well, and we saw what happened. But anyway, let me just give my top three really quickly, and then we can debate after. So my top three for this one, obviously, I'm going with Zarnel Hughes to win. We'll cross my fingers and my toes, just because I like the guy, right? And I believe that he's rounded into form just at the right time, right? And again, if Glenn Mills is as great as Tridex come tell me every day, is as great as Coach Q give us that long soliloquy last year, this time. If he's as great as that, Zarnel Hughes should win. So Zarnel Hughes, that's my first place. Second place, I'll have Fred Curley. Third place, honestly, is a pick me. I do not know who to pick. So I'm going to close my eye and I'm going to say Noah Lyles are going to come third. Because I don't know who to pick, because it is that close. It can be the Kenyan, it can be anybody really. But I like Noah Lyles, so that's going to be my third place. So it's going to be Zarnel, Fred, and Noah. That's my three. And we can go on.
Sir, I have a question. Why we think that a Jamaican can't medal in this event? No, I'm just asking.
Okay, so Akil, I open the conversation. So if you believe that Jamaica can medal, go ahead and state your opinion, bro.
All right. I think we can medal in this event.
Who will medal?
I think Rowan Watson can medal. Either Rowan Watson or Oblique.
Kems, why you
I
laughing?
think they,
The man have
I
him
think they can.
opinion.
I think either of the two of them can medal in this event because the truth is, it's not as if the men's 100 meters is extremely fast. Like it's not like persons are running out of this world time, so it's not far fetched for a Jamaican man to get a medal. However, I have to go with tried and proven, so I'm gonna go with Fred to win it. Yeah, no, it pains my heart to say it, but Fred to win it, Zarnel second. I'm gonna go with Akeem Simbine for bronze.
So a joke thing. So a joke thing.
Oh, it's not joking.
You just come on a puff up
They
chest and
can't, but no, but they can medal.
Yeah, I'm
well,
confused now. No, I know you
well,
all know I'm confused, Kems. I'm
Akil,
confused now.
Akil, Akil.
well,
So
Akil.
here,
They can
Akil. As
medal.
I was upon
I'm
this
sure
program, Akil.
everybody watching on
Yes, when I
YouTube
come on the show,
confused right
Akil.
now.
Yes, when I come on the show, Akil, more when you put the chest like this. Yes, the Jamaica can medal, so call the medal for Jamaica. Why
Uh,
don't tell me about
Akil,
Tim Bean
Akil
and all
couldn't
them?
read what I know.
Uh,
Can you imagine Akil again with a report?
Oh man.
Hey, oh boy. Oh boy.
I
This is
think
the
it's
man
gonna
who
rain tomorrow, you know, but maybe it's going to be a thunderstorm. I don't know.
Come on, there's a hurricane brewing. You know, it should get here this
No,
weekend, but tomorrow expect sunny skies.
Dust storms coming through with the hurricane.
no, but yeah, I think
Stand the
those.
ground, Akil. Who
Akil,
is the
don't do that,
Jamaican
Akil.
that is
Next
going
time
to
when you
get the
call the
medal?
medal.
All right,
I said
all right,
Trinity
all right,
or
all right. Let me change it again. So I have Fred Curley to win. I have
So you changed it already.
Mm.
no, Fred Curley to win,
Now to start over
Zarnel to
again.
get the silver, and Rowan Watson or Oblique to get the bronze. All right,
Pick one, man. Not two. One.
Pick one, pick one. Only one can get it.
Oblique.
All right.
of course
Can I
still, but I
disagree with
ask
him?
you
So,
really quick.
me say run watch not finish the oblique still, but we can
Mm.
continue. Go ahead, Kims.
So coach Q, quick question. So you gave us that bombshell just now that you only black start and so give me an update. What's going on? Is he better now? What's up?
I think post trials, he was, better, was training better, and I think it was a small conversation. Like, I'm feeling good and feel like him back to himself. So I'm pretty sure, and that was probably like 2 or so weeks after trials. So I'm pretty sure, him and Sarah Mills has been, putting in some proper work as far as getting him to the race sharp. Just like Frano, a lot. I believe, in terms of based on conversations and observation over the years, is that Mills will make you ready. When you go out on that line is up to you to get, to match the expectations, or the work that he's been put into you, to match that. So it could be psychological or whatever. Because I remember, was it at the Olympics when he ran 10:0? Well, I think Mills was saying that, but he should have been running sub 10 seconds already. Questions is like, what are you waiting on? So it comes down to, as I said, the handlers I would never discredit our Mills. It would be out of this world to discredit Mills in that realm as far as preparing athletes for championship. He has done it with so many. So I think, on the day, it just comes down to the athlete presenting themselves with the confidence, knowing that they are ready and prepared to go.
And just to include as well, his last race when he lost to Marvin Bracey, he got off to a very good start.
Mm.
Very good start. So his start is good.
And he's been consistent in a sub 10s. So I guess he has matched the prerequisites needed to go into this championships. I think I can just go right into my top three. So first of all, just from looking at face value, I think that this World Championships, man, going to be reminiscent of the 2002, where Kim Collins and 7 other men went down to the line with Kim nipping it in lane one. They are all that close. All right. It's going to come down to the person with the nerves of steel and the person with in terms of the best execution, in terms of carrying it through. So my top three will stand as such. I am very impressed with the shape that Zarnell uses in right now. All right, he has been. There is, I think there's a bit of a wonder boy, not wonder boy, but it's almost like everybody wants to see him do well because he has been there and you know what he's been through. So everybody wants to see him do well, and he himself is hungry. And I think even in an interview with Wada before Diamond League, in terms of what his predictions for the world champs, and he boldly said 2 gold medals. Right, so that speaks of his confidence in terms of where he is, what he believes he got. I think the 983 blew his mind, threw him out of the world. But as a comment there, kill me. But I think he'll have it to win. Second place, I think I wouldn't even say third place hard. I think he's down to second place rough. I would want to give it to Mr. Arrogance himself, Mr. Laz. I give Laz the silver. And for the bronze, just because of the controversy and of how I think I know how this man is, I want to say Rowan Watson, because I know Frano. Frano lives for stuff like this. When Shelley won, nobody saw Shelley. Even not even one at Beijing. I'm talking one at the trials. Nobody saw Shelley. It's like, it's just a one-off thing. Came back.
Remind me of something again. Sorry, remind me of something. What was Ron's time in the semi-final and the final? I mean, the heats and the final.
I think the heats was a faster one, though. Are the heats everybody run fast?
It was
no man. So he ran 998. He ran 10. Then he ran 10-2 because it was windy, of course.
Yeah, it was windy, right?
And then he ran 993.
993. Mm-hmm.
Can I respond to that comment?
Sure.
So this is the 100 meters. 100 meters, not the 200. 100.
So Coach Q. So quick question, Coach Q. Because in the women's section, they tell me about championship pedigree. They tell me about there's something that has to be said about been there and done that. And your words, not mine. Yours, not mine.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
All right. So who comes out on here? The defending champion name at nowhere. Where is he?
You can ask him that in terms of where is he, because I think everybody him probably still trying to find out where he is. But I think testament to his performance at the quite a number of meets, and his performance at their national trials. There was not much to drive home from. I think what he might be praying for is to get a flyover start and hold on till Jesus come up. I just don't see anything for him this season.
All right, so I'm sure you guys are familiar with the term one pace, right? We used to have someone that training, regardless of how hard them train, it's always just gonna be one pace. Curly being a former 400 man, I've never liked him as a sprinter. Never. He's just a one pace man, like him just ordinary. Like he can't seem like I've never seen Fred Curly change gears.
Him just strong.
Quote unquote. Yeah, him just run the race. I'm like,
you probably need to revisit that 100 meters last year when him kick it up a notch at 80 meters to go ahead and grab that gold medal. So you probably need to revisit that one.
First of all, sprinting at top speed, nobody accelerates at 80 meters. It's impossible. It's impossible. What he might have done, what he did is just that he decelerated a lot slower than everybody else, and that comes down to strength and technique and all of that execution wise. But I think referring to that, we call it now, boost that you get, that you'll see every sprinter have once they get out of the drive, and getting into that acceleration to get to top speed very quickly. I think that's what's lacking for Fred Curley. And at the World Championships, that is what is needed. That is what he lost. That is how he lost the Olympics to what's his name? Marcel.
Italian, yes.
Yeah.
I think the loss to Cravant at the US trials exposed a chink in his armor. And
He never lose.
He
He
lost the
didn't run
200.
though. He didn't
Never run.
He lost the 200.
you're right.
Lost
right.
it. Yeah, he got demolished in the
Sorry.
200.
He lost the 200 because of arrogance, but continue.
Right. So I just don't see anything.
We no business when lose it because when loses.
I
Horribly.
want to say.
Well, Adrian, what's
I
your
want to
thought?
say. I want to say it's because of arrogance.
So
That was a fast 100-meter race.
I'm going with Hughes because it's been around so long, and I've never heard this youth complain about anything. You know what I mean? I really want him to win this one. I do not see any Jamaican getting a medal this time around, unfortunately. I really want Hughes to win. I believe Lyles is going to get the second, and Simbini is going to grab the bronze. So it's Hughes, Lyles, Simbini.
Simbini has been very trusty and consistent.
No love for the Kenyan. I can't pronounce his last name, but
No,
no love for him.
If the World Championships was in Kenya, he would definitely win.
Yeah, of course.
Gold medal.
If it was in Kenya, world record, everything.
All when in Kenya, still wouldn't give him the edge.
Listen, man, that man no overrun fast in front of people.
I don't think Les medal in this 100 meter.
But now we make it even the final.
But me I follow Akil right now. Right now,
Man, listen, Akil discredited.
I don't have him making the
Discredited for
final.
all predictions. No, Akil, based on your previous weather report, you're discredited for making any other prediction.
He barely made the USA team. He only made the USA team because Bramel was injured.
And I get that. And I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that. But again, I think it's to, is it some people, there is this thing, like how they'll say, oh, you have a relay monster. And, like when there's certain events at a certain time of year, or when certain people, participate certain places, that's when they shine.
Yeah, like a Davian Clark in a 4x4.
Right.
Yeah.
No matter what, they will find no allows. Once people that it, him just feed off of that energy. And I think, and as him say, was coming off COVID for that week, come compete at World Champs and at the trials and scraping. As him say, I'm just happy him getting. Getting in is just one, then the preparations to get here.
So question, Akil. The guy that you picked to get a bronze medal, Oblique Civil, he made the team comfortably?
No, I never made the team comfortably. But guess what? He has been at a World Championship final before in the 100 meters, and he finished fourth. The two persons who beat him are not there.
Okay.
So
here what? I'm not going back over the men's side. For now, I'm going to stick to the female side. So let's just go along the female side to see where we have medals for Jamaica per se and also the events finishing. So, women's 200 meter. Let's start with you this time, Adrian.
Just one. Sharika Jackson. That's it. She's
top three?
Hold on, man. The world record goes in the 200 meter. I am confident in that one. The world record is going in the 200 meter. Sharika Jackson will be the new world record holder in the 200 meter at the World Championships. Gabby strikes me as a choker. I don't know why. I think it's the year when she ran the same 21.6 in Eugene and then come back and never do anything at the championships.
$1 million question. Does she strike you as a choker or is she a choker?
She strikes me as a choker. I just don't see Gabby as the one that I get the job done.
How is she a choker though? She got a bronze
Hakeem,
medal
the
at the
man just said it
Olympic.
a while ago, bro.
Yeah. But she like I said, she just strike me as a choker. Like she run that fast time in Eugene, kick up a storm, and then you expect, all right, then show me something again along those lines. Nothing. Okay. So that's weird. I just don't think I can't put her on the medal podium. I just don't know. Like, regardless of how fast she's running. Like that 21.6, it just seemed like a fluke to me also. Like I woke up that. But Sherika Jackson, definitely. I really can't call the other two. It's going to be luck. I think a lot of luck is going to play a part in the silver and bronze medal.
All
I
right,
really
so
can't.
So like I'll kind of counter what this girl on the 100 meter. This is the event that I feel that she might can get a medal. And that's Julian Alfred. If she really focus on this event, I think there's a possibility that she can get a medal. But hey, the thing about this event is that one person that we keep on mentioning, Dina Asher Smith. I don't know what, but this girl just always seems to find a way. But I
She's
concur
like
with
a
you though,
magician.
Adrian. I feel that Sherika is going to run that world record. I just have that feeling.
All right. So the need for you to take some Panadol or some Advil or some something. No world record. No world record now go on like this. No world record. All right. Am I time for give me top chair?
We're waiting. You can take over the chat. We're waiting. Patient.
All right. So listen. We need for Adrian, like track and field, better. Like, I know track and field so much. And you need to stop make them little romanticizing business take you over, bad man. Like world record, you run the 100, you already have her for win the 100 meter. So she gonna run the 100, then no, come for the 200 to get a world record. No, I have her run must have 10.6, 10.5 in the 100.
Wait. Is it an impossible feat?
If it's impossible,
yes.
Obviously it's not impossible.
Did Usain Bolt not do it?
Well, let us not even dream of having Sherika Jackson in the same sentence as the great.
Yeah,
But
my thing is that last year, right?
In her class right now.
Last year she ran 10.700 meter, and then she came back in the 221.4. So
right.
What are you on about?
I know she run 10.6, cruising.
10.6 cruising.
Of course she was cruising. Stop the hating, fam. I keep on telling you.
We're talking about 200. Now don't go back to the 100. Ken's not going to come off of that. 200.
So listen.
I'm upset, so I will not agree with him.
Oh, no. You can disagree all you want. So listen. I have Sherika Jackson winning the 200, of course. I mean, she is the favorite. She's supposed to win. She's the fastest. So I'll give her that 200. But world record, let us stop the jokes right here. We're serious now. So Sherika Jackson will win the 200. I have Gabby Thomas, because listen, I see she ran a little 200 the other day after the trials. It wasn't all that impressive. That same one, I think Sherika was in that one as well. But I think they just send her out there to play possum. Under some coach's instructions, just go out there. Sponsors want to see you, do your team. So I think Gabby Thomas will come second.
I love your insight, sir. I love you have the inside scoop.
Well, I live here. So I must have the inside scoop, like how you live there, and you have the inside scoop. But anyway, and third place is going to be my girl, not no Julian Alfred. After she win the gold medal in the 100 meters, obviously we know how confidence go and confidence travels, right? Obviously, but I just don't think she's fast enough. No matter what she does, she's not fast enough to beat a Gabby or a Sherika, got 200. So I think Sha'Carri will get that bronze medal.
I think Kevin's born to stress me out, brother. Your sole purpose on earth is to stress me out.
I can go next.
If there's one thing that is synonymous, Rico to what is going to come. I said, not this guy again.
So you dismiss my world record comment, right? 21.34. Last year is the world record, and last year Sherika run 21.45. You are saying you don't see nothing of an improvement in her to suggest that she's going to clap that world record, which she's so close to.
No, not. I don't see she running. Badman when they make me miss the exit. But anyway, I don't
I
see
hope you
enough.
missed too
No,
much.
no, you missed the exit already, bro.
Yeah, you should have gotten off on the 100 meter.
Listen.
This
I
man
don't
want to
see
stress
enough.
me out.
I don't see enough for her to run the 21:30 nothing. I can see she go down to a 21:40, 21:41, flirting and playing around with it. But 31:30,
All right,
21:34,
hold
Badman,
on. Be
I
honest.
know big. Yes, sir.
Be honest about something. Let me stop you real
All
quick.
right.
Be honest about something.
Yes,
Did
sir.
you see 21:45 last year?
Did I see it? No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, well you're going to be more shocked this year.
All right. So let me just get it out from now. When the record is not broken, what's the conversation we're gonna have? Oh, the win. Oh, she tired.
No,
Oh,
we're
this.
going to be
Oh,
talking
that.
about
No. Hold on. No. We be busy still referring to the conversation after Shakira lose the 100 meter.
yeah.
We'll have no,
That's it.
and that you won't have any strength to discuss the 200 meters.
Oh, so don't know. I missed the exit.
You're gonna hear some. You're gonna hear some catch COVID again.
Or I miss the exit and mess up the
Yeah,
whole,
the next thing you
yeah.
can't talk to, you know, you sick or something happened.
Um,
That's
But
what happens when you're
but
talking BS, man.
but on
Akil.
a real coach Q.
mhm.
Give me one
Go
question
ahead,
to
go ahead,
live
go
on.
ahead, man, Tim.
On a real coach Q. In the 200, Shakari, because obviously, I have to use some of the LSU footage because that's what I have, right? In the
And that
200, you don't see Shakari making an impact at all.
she make an impact and get into the finals. I think it is you are going as far back as LSU. There's so many you can just go around the corner, like Dina Asher Smith. I think even the other British, what's her name again? The other British athlete, she ran 22-2 this
Daryl
season as
Nita.
well.
Daryl
Darren
Nita.
Nita.
I think
Yeah.
Nita is even a better one to bet on in the sprints
Yeah,
than
Nita has been proven to be in better shape, but might not be the better athlete. So I think
What do you mean
going
better
as
athlete, coach? What do you mean?
um there are certain fundamentals as far as there are certain things that I see in um Asha Smith that I don't really see in Nita. Asha is a born
Competitor.
competitor.
She
She
is.
loves to compete and she loves medals. She don't care about records because somebody can take that, but medals are yours. Nobody can take that from me unless I doping. And she lives for that. So I cannot discredit anybody that has that sort of passion and drive to excel in anything.
Uh,
But yeah, as I said, Kems, I think you're going too far to pick up a 200 meter for kind of match with Shakira. She might be in good shape coming off the 100. I'm not seeing that same shape proven over 200.
we can
Fair
go.
enough.
Akil, let's hear it.
Unfortunately,
So my prediction is I have Sharika to win gold, world record as well. I have Kiri to finish second, and I have Gabby to
All right,
make.
but take back the record because Akil agree.
Um. Okay. So let me explain why I think Sharika will break the world record.
Wait. Hold on, Akil.
Let
Let
me
me defend you.
explain.
Hold on, Akil. Let me defend you. Let me tell you something. Lavar. Even a broken clock is right at least twice a day, yeah? Just to make one thing. You're right about that one. Yeah.
You sure that's a defense? I feel more like a this. But anyways, yes. So yeah.
All right,
So why I say
hear what, Adrian. One thing you cannot write about in which you never fully write still is because at trials it said that Daniel would have made the team. Daniel did make the team, but this man said that Daniel would have won. So he was kind of right there and then. So yeah, might give him that one, but otherwise,
Like
this
I
man
said,
are
a
right.
broken clock. A
Daniel
broken
was injured, by the way. She was injured. She said it on TVJ News that she was injured. But
I will
anyways,
not talk about
continue.
that now. Continue.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, because I didn't have her medal in the 100, I don't see her going through the championships
Mhm.
not earning a medal. I think she's going to come in the 200 with a vengeance. Why I said that I think why I think Sharika is going to break that world record because Shakiri over the curve. Shakiri, I think, has run the fastest time over the curve this year. So when she ran the 22:07 in Kenya, although it's altitude and so forth, coming off the curve, she actually, I think she ran 10:98 off the curve. So if you compare that to when Sharika ran 21:45, Sharika actually ran 10:98 coming off that curve. So I believe that Shakiri being very, you know, energized and looking for vengeance after the 100-meter defeat. I think she's going to come in the 200, and I think she's going to blaze off the curve, and Sharika is going to, well, I think Sharika is going to two of them are blaze off the curve, and I think Shakiri is going to give Sharika that impetus to go the extra to break that world record. So that's why I have Sharika gold, Shakiri second, and Gabby Thomas third.
So here's an important thing to consider. When I think what you're trying to say is one is going to drag the other one to the world record.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening that way. It's going to be start to finish. So the lane draws are very important in the 200.
Yeah, man.
Agree. Conquer.
Right. So that's going to be a huge statement there. What lane did you get? Right.
I can tell you from now, Sharika is getting lane 6 because she's going to run the fastest in the semifinals. She is going to run the fastest in that semifinals. And I knowing Shakiri,
That's not how it
unless
works. I know say it work, brother.
No. IWF posted that those who the top seeded athletes in the semifinals are gonna get lane 5 to lane 7.
5 to
Sharika is gonna
7.
get
Yep.
lane
Now
5 to
new road
7.
changes.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't 4 to 6.
It was 4 to
It
6,
all
but now it's
depends
5
on
to
it.
7.
We're
It
changing
all
the 5 to
depends on the
7.
stadium.
Yeah,
Them.
new rules.
It all depends on the truck them. It all depends on the truck them will go this Friday. As you know already.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
A different
Greetings,
facility, different
Leaford.
rule them go with, isn't it?
Stole on the boss, man. Let's jump in the chat. You even bless the chat
Exactly.
and tell the people them good night, eh?
You man the start Kingston College behavior.
More city.
But before we get in,
Oh yeah,
leave for
no.
the picks. Big up Zibel for the super chat, and Zibel saying that Sharika 21.33 gold.
Fair enough. But
And
yes,
big
I
up
I
Rico to
think
what as well. But leave for them and you can go ahead and shoot.
never finish.
Okay, finish up, man.
Yeah, man. I was saying that
Finish up now, bro.
wait, you hearing me? Yeah, man. So I was saying that Sharika going to run the fastest in the semifinals. So she's either going to get between lane 6 and lane 7. If Shakira is not in Sharika's semifinals, Shakira is going to win her semifinal as well. So there's a possibility that Shakira is going to be either behind Sharika or in front of her, and that's why I think that both of them are going to drag each other to the world record. I'm not saying that I won't dispute Gabby Thomas. I'm not saying that Gabby Thomas won't be a factor in all of this because guess what? 2160 is 2160. But at the end of the day, for me personally, I think that coming off of that 100 meters, oh, thank you, Damien. Coming off of that 100 meters, right? Coming 100 meters where I think she's not going to medal. I just think that she's going to be competitive. But Damien, I want to clarify something because when IWF showed their map on their website, it didn't show like a nine lane track. It didn't show a 9-lane track. It actually showed 8 lanes. So the lane is from lanes 5 to 7. The top seeded persons would be in those lanes. And I personally think that they have that rule for Lyles in the 200 and Warholm in the 400-meter hurdles.
I think it showed 9 lanes, Akil. I stand corrected, but I think when I saw it, I
Yeah.
think it showed 9.
No, I saw 8.
But
Yeah, it have to be
alright, leave
9
for
if I'm gonna
shoot your
use
pick.
those lanes. Yeah, but to script the lane part and the lane assignments and stuff like that, it have to show 9. Only way them going to use 5 to 7. Same thing like London. They don't use lane 1 to the platform 2, 2 as 1 and continue go. But but yeah, kind of listen to the pick them. Some of them song, it's a tough world championships to be honest with you. So most of the prediction them, honestly, it not gonna really go on. I think like woman, I catch up right now. So I must say, woman, me I stand firm on Shirley all day, every day. You see me? I stand firm on Shirley. Even though I feel like something will go out there because she pull from the 200 and she kind of been a little slow here. But still I stand firm on her. That means that she have focus all her energy on the 100. And I guarantee you, once you jump out to the blocks there, Sharika, no matter how much 200 speed or 400 strength she have, she not catch her. She can't see her. She'll come second. And in fact, Sharika, if Talu even get to left for her, she not catch her. But Sharika have great tapping, she'll catch her, we get a second. So 1-2 for Jamaica, Talu third. On the male side, wishy-washy. Male side, I can't really too. It's hard to be predict on the male side because the male them inconsistent, them all over the place. You know what I mean? Some people are trying to get a breakthrough and all them stuff there. I feel it's gonna be a slow race. Normally in a slow race, you pick a slow person to win. So yeah, Jamaica might definitely get a medal tonight. So I can see a Zanella win. I can see Zanella winning. I can see Fred coming second. And then third.
Or 9.
The African probably can squeeze in there because they've been consistent all
Which
year running some
African,
good
sir?
stuff.
Don't be
The Kenyan one, man. The Kenyan one.
Mr. Amaniala.
How
Ferdinand
many?
Amaniala.
All right, Mr. Amaniala. Between him or we
Simbini.
can't to pronounce them name, you know. No man, the Simbini man. The next one from Botswana, man. The Botswana.
Tibogo.
Tobago.
Yeah,
Tobago.
man, Tibogo. Cause yeah, him do something this year were crazy and surprising to me. I see him go
Don't say the
400.
400 meter.
Wait, no man, let's listen, man. I see him went up to 400, I run 44.7, and then come back a couple weeks after and drop 19, most of 5 or so. So, you know, something will go on. You have to give credit to it. Should have shown them still have great speed and thing, more up on something. So, you know, yeah, but may I give the edge to Mr. Kenyan, because I can't pronounce his name, I don't want to disrespect, so I'll just keep it away there. You see me? So, yeah, yeah, there we go. See, there's somebody who experienced smarter than me. I have no pride in saying somebody smarter than me, unlike Strandix.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Quick interjection. It's actually 8 lanes. So on the Instagram page, it's 8 lanes I have. That is why I said that the lane 7 is for Lyles and for Wahoo.
I mean, that would be ludicrous to create 2 lanes just to somebody in a world championship for thousands of people.
When they did it for Michael Johnson in 96, didn't they? They adjusted schedule, so
that was Atlanta. That was different. That was Atlanta. That was America. We can see that happening.
Yeah, but if they did it before, what to stop them from doing it again?
You know, we now discussed that part. We had the prediction, so we now go too straight out. The prediction is still a focus on.
And another thing to add as well, at the USA trials, they actually did it for Gabby Thomas. So on the 9-lane track, they actually put Gabby in lane 8.
Really?
They actually put her in lane 8 when she ran the 21.60. So
All right.
Yeah, female side.
So let us keep it moving still because there are a lot to get through. So next event.
No, no, so I mean I get a pick though.
The more overlook you.
Box cover.
Boy.
Actually, you can't just pick in a piece. You have a pick and I try to tell them why you pick that one.
All right, my 3 pick them for 200. All right, Sharika, world record, winning.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Gabby, second. 3rd place going to Asha Smith. And can move on.
So me and you basically agree then, man. Otherwise from Gabby because you know, so me and Adrian kind of have Gabby as a mini little.
It's a suspect. It's a very suspect.
Yeah.
But let's keep it going. Women's 400 meter. Anyone can take it on. Any medals there? No? Yeah?
no,
I don't see any on my list.
Candice will have to drop big time for that to happen.
Yeah, no Jamaican has dipped below 50 points in the women 400. That's kind of terrible.
Well, I think Candice can run.
That means we can just breeze past it because I don't have any of them medals.
So what I do is we're not doing men 200. I would just going straight to the women 400. Just jump from whatever to the male 200.
No, man, straight women and then we jump back over to the men.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I know, man.
Yeah, Candice can run 49.
No Jamaica medal here. So I can just jump off the top and say I think the medals will be shared amongst Paulino, that Polish athlete Kazmarek. She has been superb all season alongside Sierra medaling. And third place is tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. Where do I go for this one? You know what?
So
I'm going to Adeleke, yeah, man.
No, son, not when you have Salwa and Brittany Wilson.
so it's a pity, Lavan, you don't play our like a fantasy track game that we have developed. Coach Q and a group of us. You will never see any of us put Kazmarek on that list.
Nope.
I can guarantee you that. Right? We've been following the Diamond League for what, 2 years consistently now. And I don't know what you see in that lady, but I just don't see it. Among the medals, fat chance.
Reason being, she has been very consistent this season and I think she has beaten Paulina at least twice this season.
I've been consistently working. I haven't got a raise yet, sir. Consistently, I'm not even doing anything. And I work hard.
But
Salwa.
Well, let us see. But we can just prepare the top three for this because obviously no Jamaican medal here, so we can just breeze through this quick and fast.
Paulina wins it for me. I think this is Paulina's here. It should, especially with the American pulling out. Like there's, I don't know.
All right, so let's keep it.
Coming back after baby.
The women's it.
I don't know.
Just a run ago.
Yeah.
So all right. So my pick for the 400 meter women. All right. So I have Paulino, Adeleke, and I have faith in Nasir for third.
Solid pick. I believe in that. That's a solid pick.
All right. So I have to be the daring one. I have Salwa for gold, Paulina for silver, and Wilson for third.
Which Wilson?
Brittany Wilson.
Bro, Brittany Wilson not medaling at this event.
Brittany Wilson.
She ran a lot on the circuit this year, and she literally killed herself on the circuit this year, bro. That 400 meter hurdles double. That was madness.
Yeah, dog. But for consistent.
Hey, funny enough, Levan, some wild pickers like Akila always get it right, after women. Sometimes and take a step and say, oh, as I'm like a wild pick, you make and you're like, what? You get it right?
But who is a wild pick though? Because Brittany Wilson ran 49.1, she has run 49.3, she has run 49.4.
No, it's not really the Brittany. It's the Salwa. It's the Salwa of we.
Salwa is a 48.1 runner.
No, yeah, this season.
No, but this season she has run 49.7.
Hence me giving her brands.
She's run 49.7, and her teammate is Paulinho. No man, Salwa beat Paulinho, man.
So let me ask you something. What does being a teammate mean? Like how much man was teammate with UCS?
It means that as a training partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, but that doesn't mean no man. But that doesn't mean that their performance was, even though they weren't able to beat him, doesn't mean that they training with him didn't elevate their performance.
So it could have been Salwa elevating Paulina's performance.
No man, the two of them can elevate each other, but for Salwa to be out for as long as she has been out for, and literally
never 60 again.
And literally running 49.7, right? And literally run 49.7, and she ran 49.7 in May.
She never sick out of surgery.
Yeah.
So she never sick out of surgery when she was out. Everybody know the conditions in which she was out, so she should be prepared. Exactly. No, fair enough. I respect that.
But Akil is talking as if remember that Paulina's gone 48-98 this season.
Yeah, she's gone 48-98, but 48-98 is so far from 48-1. I'm not saying that Salwa is going to go back to 48-1. But as what Elaine coach said continuously on the television, that the speed is there, and it's just for you to draw out that speed.
That's not how it works.
No,
That's not the
no,
quote I
Alright,
but
expected to hear.
That's not how it
but
works, brother.
exactly.
no, man.
You can't just show
Me not
man's
say that
broad
you to follow
speed.
football, right?
Yeah.
Me not say that you to follow football. You know that Mason Green know daughter football for about 2 years now. You see that man a train, brother? And that man look like a brother where just a start kickball.
Him look
So
like him still a
remember
think
that
about
thing say yo,
the
it's
court
simple as
case.
that to come
No,
back.
no, 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 no. But remember, Salwa. Remember, Salwa. It's not like as if Salwa is not running on the circuit. Salwa has been running on the circuit. She has been running on the circuit, and as I said before, she is training with the current world leader of the event. So it's not as if so. Yes, yeah. Under different circumstances, you could say, okay, she she out for 2 years. Oh, I thought they were. I heard that they were teammates. I heard that Sawa was training with Paulinia, and that's what I heard. But anyways, I'll stand corrected if that's not the case. Anyways, but what I'm trying to say is that Salwa has been out for the time she has been, and for her to run 49.7 or sub 50 in May, I think that is enough grounds to say, and given what she has done in the past, I think that is enough grounds to say that I think she can. It's not crazy to say that she can win worlds this year.
And again, I say, Salwa never sick. Well, she was out. So you see, like she come back from having baby, or come back post surgery and being able to do this miraculous thing. No, she was banned. So she was out, but that doesn't mean banned. Don't mean she just banned from competition. So I won't. There's no surprise as to say. I won't use that as a reason to say, oh, to be out and come back, for a first race in May, whatever. That is expected because you will be actively training, especially during those 2 years where she probably only competed among her teammates and so forth. You can't do an official meets. You can't make money.
It was. It
Um,
wasn't 2 years. I think it was
I was
four
all that
years.
4 years.
4 years.
You make it worse. So you are drawn a 48 one day from. You sound like when Kemza pulled the LSU footage them for Shakir. So you can't. You're only the one rule in track and field, especially on the when looking at the professional circuit, agents and meat managers and shoe
Hmm.
companies. You're only as good as your last race.
Yep.
Yeah. So you could have been
With that
world
being
record
said,
holder before, no matter.
yep. With that being said, we now move on to the women's 800 meter. I mean, first Mu is out of the event, so Keely has been the best in the event all season long. So you have Keely as the number one in the event right now. Then you have Mary Morrow as being second most consistent in the event this year as well. And then you have that third spot. Is it finally her time? Or once again, is it another major that she'll come back empty handed?
If you need to make it out time, it's about time. It's about time.
Man,
Um,
if it don't happen now, oh boy.
and I think it's the
Like,
best year for
That's
it.
it.
It's a,
yes.
it's the best year for it. And I'm pretty sure, especially with veteran Lennox Miller at her, her as her tutor.
Graham, not Miller, Graham.
Lennox Graham, sorry, Lennox Graham as her tutor. I think he would realize and understand that this is the best shot. This is the best time. This is your opportunity to go in there and carry home some silverware. But it's just that nobody's going to hand it to her. So it's
I
not an
feel
automatic.
really bad. I'd feel really bad for her if she don't come away with a medal this time. Like it's almost like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like it's always so close, but never got. You just can't pull it off. Like it's tough. it's an unforgiving sport, but at a point in time, you have to develop that kind of grit about you that you know what, this is mine. This is my part. This is what I want.
And the 800 rough because it's not like 100 or even a 400. There's so much strategy in play that if you make an error, it could be vital as far as positioning yourself to get through that finish line in a medal winning position.
Hey, coach, I'm asking you something. You think her? I'm not sure how well versed you are at the distances, but you think her running from front has
I agree
been
with Alex D.
has been detrimental to her strategies, or because I saw her try a different one. I believe it was in London or somewhere in Europe, where she didn't run from front, and it just never seemed to make a difference much. It's still
It's finding. I think your race strategy. Oftentimes, you can choose to just stick to the script, or you can choose to compete. Um, Competing might dictate how your race strategy goes. I think probably the number one seed or the fastest person in the field might be the one who can say, all right, well, I go and dictate how this race is run.
right.
So I go and get out fast and then draw them out because I know the strength that I have. It could have been a failure in the past as far as no man are strong. Like, yeah, man, get out, you're strong, not knowing that boy, them stronger. You get me? That could be the best strategy that worked out that she pushed for, and it just didn't materialize the way she wanted it. There is for the 400 and up. There's a lot of call and response that you have to look at when competing, especially for championships. So you're not running against a clock. You're running against individuals, and they play mind games. So running out front could be a case of I don't want to get bottled in or botched in, because I have a better chance being, running free. Some persons might choose to. We've seen in the past that people sit down we run a back and then them just know so them have a good last 400. It's all down to the strategy, and the strategy has to match your strength. And on the day, especially in a final, you don't know who will just decide to be a suicide bomber and just go out there and just frighten everybody. You get me? So it's a hard race to call. Exactly, it's a hard race to call.
Yeah, there will be that one person who choose to be a rabbit on that day. I've seen enough 800s and 1500s to know that.
But to be honest, in the last couple of finals that she has run, she has not been taking it out from the front, because there have been persons who have been outrunning
Are you
her
sure
in
about
that.
that?
Yeah, man, because in 20
All right.
in or in
You remember the year with Moo, when Moo went out fast and then she decided to follow Moo.
but Moo was ahead of her.
Yes, she
Yeah.
was. However, what I'm trying to imply, Akil, is that Moo is a alien, bro. Allow Moo to do her own thing, and you just run your own damn race. I believe had
No,
she done that, that was the year that she would have made it. And I think it's the same thing that Alex is making mention of. I think it was in Tokyo.
yes, in
So
Tokyo.
yeah.
But to be honest, my thing when it comes on to Natalia Gould, just my honest opinion. Hope athletes always overcome and beat their expectations. They're not, but I'm just my problem is that she's just not fast enough to me.
I
Simple.
that's the first time I agree with you in
She's
20
just not
years.
fast.
Just not good
she,
enough. Just
We
not good
finally made
enough.
the exit.
she's just not fast enough. Because if you look at that Olympic finals in Tokyo was probably one of the fastest 800-meter finals ever, and she came last and she ran 1 minute 58. Oh, and that is a good time. That in other years that could have gotten her a medal or even getting a favorable showing.
Huh?
She ran one. Yes, 1 minute 58. Oh, is a very fast time in 800 meters.
Well, for a
In
finals, that is
Years
definitely.
ago.
not years ago, because in 2019 World Championships, the lady from Uganda who won, she never run that fast. I must say 1 minute 58 mid she run, or 1 minute 58
Aye.
3 or so.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So that's a very fast time to finish last in. And then last year in Oregon, she ran 1 minute 57 7 and finished fifth. So for me, um, the biggest problem is that she's just not fast enough, and and also her petiteness is her disadvantage, because at the end of the day, even if she is ahead of persons coming into the last 50 meters, the longer legs is going to prevail, and we saw that in the Commonwealth finals when the 1500 meter runner, what's her name again, from Scotland or Great Britain, when she literally catch
Laura
Millie
Muir.
on the line, Laura Muir. So yeah, that's it. I think she'll make the final, but I don't think she'll medal.
Give her a medal, man. I give her this time. Last chance for her. But let's keep it going. 100-meter hurdles, women. I don't think we have any medals there for Jamaica either.
Why?
Jesus.
That's a bold statement. Hold on, man.
Do
We
we?
need a new host.
What you mean? What you mean by a bold statement, Adrian? There's no medals.
It's for you guys to state it. I'm sure it's out there.
Like
And
where's the medals?
Wait. Maybe I never hear correctly. Say it again. The 100
yeah.
for what?
For women,
Oh.
The
Oh.
100
100
hurdles
meter
for
hurdles.
women.
For women. Oh, okay.
no
The
medals.
men run 110, boss. The men run 110.
No. I'm not talking about. I know you're not talking about the men. I'm talking about the women. There's no medals for the women's 100
Absolutely
meter hurdles.
none.
There's
Zero.
absolutely none. And there's
You
one
get
how.
points
finalist
then
in there
Aki,
too.
if there's a medal.
Okay. So we're carrying the NCAA champion and has run the
my
fastest time in all conditions, Akira Nugent there. We're carrying Daniel Williams there, and we're carrying Megan Tapper, who has
Okay,
significantly dropped her
okay.
PE to 12.4. Right?
Tell
And
me,
you tell me
tell
that
me
there's
about
no
Daniel
medal?
Williams. Tell me about Daniel Williams. Hopes. Tell me about that one.
I just saw it on TVG a
We
while
know
ago. She
Levon never
admitted
pull
to.
up the list, you know. You think it easy?
I told you that Daniel Williams came on TVJ and said that prior to trial she had an injury. You don't just drop from 12. You don't
Last
drop.
year too. So look
Remember
at the
last
list. Let
year
me talk
too.
about the list, Akil. Akil, there's a list that Levon put up. Look at that list. Tell me who the Jamaicans are beat on this list. And then the list we are working with. And I know it's hurdles, and I know things can happen. But let's say all things being equal, everybody go over the hurdles. Talk to me now. So listen, talk to me.
Hey, Jamaicans can drop too, right? I know those Americans can drop too.
The 100-meter hurdles. I think we understand in terms of the passion that
Thank you, Kelly.
Akil is
Let
mentioning.
somebody drop. Thank you.
It has. Literally you have to be like within world record shape, I believe, to hold a medal. Nia Ali, veteran, right? She shows up. She knows how to get there. Camacho Quinn, I think she's had one of the best in terms of winning streaks for hurdles over the past 2 years in the event. Kenny is
Former world record holder.
yeah, but Kenny is a letdown at the championships. Okay, we don't get her at her best, but at her best at the championships.
Coach, let me talk to you and let me say this in front of everybody. When we were leaving Eugene, I said to Kendra, "Are you going back for the world record?" And she said her words, "Hell yeah."
Okay, and I am going to win the Super Lotto tomorrow.
Well, the thing is, Coach Q, one is realistic, one is not.
No, but yeah, as in she can shoot for it. That's fine. And I listen, not to say I'm not fighting her, not to say I don't want her to. I would love that, but just the fact is that I think as far as medal, I love Akira. I'm expecting Akira and Megan to be in the finals. They might need to pull a rabbit out of a hat. Unless they have something that nobody themselves never see it. Unless they have something in store, if they have a 12-2 in reserve, It just seems like that's going to be the day that a slow race run in the finals. I don't think 12 slower than 12-3 hasn't won world championships in ages.
Where's Leaford? We need Leaford because this is a hurdles topic. I would love to hear what Leaford on.
You see, you on the A1, you know, say, you come big up and talk about Daniel. Daniel, you have come talk about, man. That's why you have over there. You go on. Inside scoop, yeah, look good.
Inside scoop, look good.
But no, man, for you though, like what's still in there, the hurdle stuff, hurdle
Tough,
stuff,
man.
and
women's side.
Honestly, I don't really on paper. If Jamaica can medal, but because of hurdle race, they can never discount it. Because when it comes to paper, everybody there's a top tier. Is me a world go win, we don't even know world go win. They can bowl enough and try to pick who think of a win, but yeah, it's tough. The top three that are tough, and Jamaica it have a hard to medal. You can get a hard.
So making some real inside scoops now. What shape is Daniel Williams?
You know, honestly, any given time, any given moment, Daniel always. The thing is with Daniel is just too fast. He's too fast for the hurdles. He's extremely too fast for the hurdles. And if you watch more series, by the time after she will lead to even the fifth hurdle, but then she starts getting so close because she's so fast. Her natural speed cause her to start slow up, and that's what makes she keep on get hurt because she have to hold herself back. And
yeah, I think
easy thing in her hurdles.
The speed is one, and her limbs. She have long legs.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But she's a competitor, she's a warrior, so she will go out there and she will always try, do the best she can this thing. So shape wise,
may I try win a money, give me one more. I try win a money. What shape is she in?
We can't make everybody put the money on it.
So I'm gonna tell you one away.
Text me.
The same remember, but you can't make everybody put money on it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, gonna keep it rolling because if you guys want to call the winners, you can.
It's hard to pass Camacho Queen. It's hard to pass her for the victory.
I say Queen Ali and Queen Ali. Or I would give a liver to Senegal. All at her. Or even I Jamaican. Honestly, all at her. But
is that because you have connections with Megan? Coach?
No, it's Megan, of course, exceptional athlete. I'm a fan.
Same thing, realizing it.
No, I'm a fan. Just same way I'm a fan of Toby, but Toby got violate the thing. And I think with Toby's absence, third spot can fight for.
Wait, I want to highlight something. At finals at Jamaica trials was very impressive enough. They were running into a hurricane winning, like when someone was doing the wind adjustments, although a computerized thing and so forth. In a 2.0 win, they literally were running. They literally would have won both Akira and Megan. They would have run 12-2 mid or 12-2 low.
Yeah, that would be at 12-3. 12-2.
No, man. When they did the conversion,
the computer, the conversion. I've done the conversion for a couple of athletes, and I will look at like a long time. But
either way, they were stepping.
But yeah, I calculated from the touchdown times, and they'll be like in 12-3, a good solid 12-3 range. And
another thing as well was that Daniel, same TVJ News, Daniel was saying that throughout the season, the aim has been to at least cut a 10th of her PB. So that has been what she's been working towards.
And if we know Daniel, she'll go feed. Don't leave her.
But if one thing that we know, she's
started to listen. So hold on. So you say she not medal, the double medalist on the World Championship you're talking about? Now be careful and tread like that.
That me say well, because she not medal.
Okay, just to make sure. Remember she medal when they expect her to medal the first time, And when she medal like girl, still never expect her again.
What you do?
Facts.
That's the problem. Stop expect too much.
So, Agent,
the key is to not expect.
You answer without answering. So yeah, you can put the money.
Remember the same thing. Megan get a bronze, you know. And then look at the bronze now, but
No one
be
never
careful.
expect.
And Akira
And
is
the
a
hurdles is a
competitor.
hell of a race, boy.
Akira is a competitor.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
all
yeah.
of
Me
them.
like Akira.
To be
Somebody say
honest, I think she's
you stand a better chance predicting when God coming back than to predict the winner for hurdles, because with the hurdle race, it rough.
all right. Women's 400-meter hurdles. I think we already said a clear
The
Fam,
winner here.
winner.
yeah,
I
right
mean,
now, I just want to see she run under 51. That's all I want.
simple as that.
That's all I
Simple as
want.
that. I
Not
remember
more.
last year you and I sang on her a lot and
Yeah,
was like,
man.
she put a ball go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And she is a woman now. I fear her time now.
This is
And I,
she now.
oh,
She needs to beg them
and I'm
for a
also
lane.
gonna and I'm also gonna say this as well. Kill me all no want, but I think she's the better quarter miler at this time out of she and Sydney. Kill me all you want.
Nobody
All right,
like
leave that
We'll
for
see
another
that.
day because
19.2 indoors is just incredible.
So,
yeah, leave that for another day because we see a 48.7 when assist ball reach and level set. So look at us
19.2
continue.
indoors is nothing normal.
Bro, let's
yeah.
continue. Let's focus on the event. Thank you.
Oh yeah, the voice is trying to
All
say
right.
something.
Does Jamaica get a medal here or not?
Yes.
Yeah, man, you can get two.
Can't get two, man.
Two medal, the man.
Two.
Jamaica get two in the four. The man get second and third.
Listen, man, it can happen, man. Trust
Yes,
me.
Tell
I
you.
I
think
agree.
based on the shape that these girls are in and how competitive our top three are.
That is it.
Listen,
Man,
yeah,
our three girl them a run hard. Them
them
That
are
is
run
it.
bodies.
hard.
Yes.
Them are run hard. Britain, I think, boy, I feel our piston them blue.
No, Wilson is not running. She's not running the 400
So
hurdles.
I run, okay. Oh, you're right. So my
Not
body
running
that
the
to get to
400.
that. So
She
yeah,
not
man,
running that.
two medal are running.
Delilah is a gas bag. Let's
Whoa.
throw that out there
No,
also.
man, she
All
tired,
right,
bro.
all
No
right.
gas back. She tired.
Tired.
Let's have some respect. Let's have some
Yeah,
respect.
let's have some respect for true.
But you
Let's have
can't put
some respect
respect,
for a
man.
champion. For a champion. We are big
No,
up
yeah,
people
yeah.
who's not champion. Let's have some respect for some champions out here, all right? Please.
No. Previous your previous accolades has nothing to do on the day. You think when them girl
Yes.
line up, them are gonna run behind Mohammed because she's a champion? No, sir. And
No, but
that you're a mere peasant.
no, but to be honest, Mohammed is a gamer, because
Naturally.
in previous years she literally come into championships in poor shape and literally drop a huge season base.
Buck ups.
So
But she
they're not gonna buck up
literally,
cards.
me not see it literally at all. I don't
Now
see
did
it.
I.
And
Fair enough.
me not play cash pot with them.
I think the strongest outsider, and it's not because she did me a huge favor. And give me a proper autograph. I think the huge outsider is Rochelle Clayton. I think she's just one of them beasts that way you just want bet on her.
I was just about to say which two out of the three Jamaicans are gonna get the medal.
No, I think
That is weird.
I think it's Rochelle. I think she's gonna get that bronze medal. I think she's just a warrior.
Too no ambitions.
Oh boy.
Natural ambitions, man. I think we stand good with four hurdles. Honestly, I think we have they're in good range. So of course, whoever ball run down with it.
Then Genevieve
Everybody's
Russell,
like a fight
Russell
there.
Clayton.
Russell, Clayton, Anjanette Knighton.
It's not a
Yeah,
joke.
man. That's a big three.
But to be fair, Clayton is
Let's
actually
try
the
remember.
stronger.
Wasn't it last year that Anjanette was running well until she fell?
And she fell. Yeah.
Yeah. But to be
Yeah, so she have a
to be
chip on her shoulder.
Family drop.
Literally.
but to be honest though, I would say that Clayton is actually the stronger championship performer,
Yes.
because
Oh,
even though Genevieve is experienced, if we're being very honest here, Genevieve has not performed well at World Championships. She has not performed well at World Championships. I'm not saying that this year is a different year, because I think she will do better than she has been done at past championships. But I think for me, I think Clayton is a stronger bet to medal. And then you have Geneva, and then you have Antoinette. Why I have Antoinette at back of the pile, because I saw something at nationals which says to me that if the race gets sticky, and you need that extra 50 extra that extra strength in that last 50 meters or so, um you know other athletes that we just mentioned a while ago may outrun her. So for me, I would say that Clayton is a stronger bet for the medal.
That's a fair statement. No, can't dispute.
Okay. All right. I think that's what. Let's move on from there. So let's look at the women's long jump. Akila Smith is the world leader in that event with 7.08, and she's still standing out there. Does she get a medal or too tough for her?
let's take a mind off medal in the long jump. And let me say
Why,
something.
Adrian?
Let me say something. All right. Hicklin should not have been at the World Championship. She scratched at the National Championship. Nobody called it. Right? I don't care if there was a mark on the plasticine or not. She scratched. Okay? That 685 was not a legitimate jump. Before that 685, she had jumped what? Something like 666 or something like that. Right? In Jamaica, I believe it was also. She's not a true 6'8" jumper. She's not getting a medal. And Smith has fallen off way too much. I mean, mind you, she's a collegiate athlete, and she actually came here to Norman and did that 708 or whatever it was. But she has fallen off, and I don't know if it's injury or what happened to her. But some of us can tell you the collegiate season is not everybody can navigate it and then come outdoors and put on a good professional or senior season. It's not easy, right? So it could have been just the college bug biting her after that massive jump. She just faded away. But we're not getting a medal in the long jump. You can look at that number one in the world all you want. It's not going anywhere. I promise you that.
Okay. And this is where I disagree.
As
Um,
always.
as always, right? No, as relates to her performances at trials, it was coming off of a long season, and she wasn't the only collegiate who didn't perform, strongly, especially from Texas, after their long season. So I'm not killing her for that. That's one. Two, she at the NCAA championship, she competed in the long jump against one something them more of Florida State University, right? And that long jumper is she's a crazy talented jumper, and Akila Smith beat her, right? Akila Smith's coach from Texas, he has history. He has history of preparing his athletes well enough to perform at championships. And
Who's the
if
coach?
we
Who's the coach at Texas?
Coach Florial. And if we think that Julian Alfred is going to come at World Championships in her top shape or A game, we have to think the same about Akila Smith. Akila Smith at the NCAA Championship, she jumped 6 meters, I think 6 meters 88 or so. If you watch this girl from Oregon last year, right? Because it's really last year NCAAs we really saw her really blossom. She performs well at championships. She performs her best
So what
at
happened
champ.
at the national championships?
No, what happened at the national championship, I would say, came down to fatigue. But
So
last year at Worlds in Oregon, she PB'd in the triple jump, right? And this year she has improved leaps and bounds in both the long jump and the triple jump.
that's fine.
So she's a competitor. I can see her getting a medal. I can see her fighting for that medal.
So if the seasonal fatigue was present at nationals, why is it not going to be present at World Championships?
Why is it not going to present? Because that was 6 weeks ago.
So she what? She go sleep and she rested now?
No, it's not a matter of go sleep and rested. No.
Yeah, but we're talking about the muscles being fatigued. It's not like, oh, you just sleep and wake up and you're refreshed again. It's like muscle fatigue. It's not like it's not the same as just you're tired and you get rest.
No,
It's
but
like
you
you've
can't.
had a
No, but
long season and it's done. Your muscles just done. Them now give you nothing else. That is it.
not necessarily, because you can literally take a rest and then come back within that 6 weeks. We have seen other collegiate athletes done it before.
I've been a jumper for a long time and I've never had that happen and I've never seen it happen. Once the muscles give up and they say that's it for the season, that's it for the season.
And as coaches, your aim is preservation. So you manage the output of the athletes in terms of competitions, and you are very mindful of when they get towards that point. So I trust Coach Flo's experience,
Exactly.
and I believe that he must have put some things in place as far as kind of taking her down, preserving her, and then probably getting her back up. But records show, like with jumpers, once you're at that peak, you don't necessarily get a double peak. You get back in range of. But with jumper, once you're up there, you just ride that wave and maximize it. Because the moment it leaves you, you can try all you want, but you don't tend to kind of get back above that.
It's not like the sprints. We don't have that luxury. It's not like sprints. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's because of the explosive output in terms of the jump itself. After a while, not just the muscles, the joints, the what we call it now, the tendons, all of those becomes a factor. But she's ranked number one. That must mean something, and it's hard to be number one ranked and not even be in a conversation as far as a medal. So I would honestly, I would more hope she gets a medal. I'm hoping if she gets back even into like a 695, 692 shape.
Because just to point out also that the defending world champ is out of this
Exactly.
event due to injury as well. That's Miambo from Germany. So
Akil, you watch her series at the national championship. Her
I
jumps.
watched her CV.
Her
No,
jumps.
I didn't get to watch it. I didn't
I
watch
can tell
watch
you,
her jump.
she's fatigued. Those muscles aren't gonna rebound and give her much at the world championship.
No,
She'd be
no,
lucky
but
if she get to the final.
and then
no,
also
but
remember that she's also doing the triple jump as well. So
yeah,
that's the
but she
truth.
faced similar situations last year, and I remember Trisha K. Smith last year. Trisha K. Smith came on the on Sports Frenzy and said that she likes Akila Smith because she sees the competitor in her. So it's not a case with. So I get where you said
Trisha K. Smith is a one-hit wonder, and I don't care who's gonna tell her that I said so. She's a one-hit wonder.
you can say what you want to say. Anyways,
Very, very disrespectful.
She's a one-hit wonder.
anyways, but yes, I think Akila Smith. I think she's competitive enough to really go out there and to earn herself a medal.
Okay. Any other medals on the female side from you guys? Otherwise, some of the 4x1 because everybody have we done for one in that 4x4 medal.
Triple jump.
Triple jump.
No, and it's kind of sad in the triple jump because I think Ricketts is. Yeah, I think she has what it takes to get that world record. Like it might sound far fetched, but not no. I think she
That's so nice.
Not right now. Let me qualify that statement. Not right now.
I'm about to go to the bank, you know.
No. Not right now. Like from what I saw from her in previous years, I think she has what it takes to get that world record. But I just don't think she's fast enough to the board, and she's not fast enough off the board. And occasionally she does not hold her phases through her triple jump. It's just not. She just don't seem like she's getting enough from her run up and off the board. Like she just seemed like a very slow person off the board. And I think something else went wrong this year. She's what 14 mid, 14.5, I believe. That's 14.5 to beat those
6.
Right, to beat those two Cubans. And let's not talk about Ross. Right, nobody's beating Ross.
Nobody's beating Ross.
Nobody's beating Ross. And then those two Cubans who have been going PR all season. You're not getting no medals right there. I'm sorry.
But she has been doing it after a shorter run up. I know. So okay. So I watched her last year and I'm going leading into Oregon, right? So I was wondering why is that Shanika wasn't she was jumping like 14 low, 14 mid prior to Oregon, and then at Oregon now she jumped 14.9. What happened is that the same technique issue that you were talking about. She throughout the circuit she has been shortening the number of strides that she take in order to improve on that technique. And then at the World Championships now she's going to run or approach of a longer strides. And that's why I think that she's going to medal. I think she's going to jump 15 meters. So the same issue that you were talking about.
If there's one thing with you doing, bro, legit, I think that every event that there's a Jamaican participant, you have us the medal.
No, not
defend
really.
Jamaica.
I like him passion.
No, not really.
No,
I love him passion.
If there's a Jamaican in the 3,000 steeplechase,
yes,
we stand at that.
She are going win.
Not really.
We stand at
Not
that.
really.
She are going better.
But what I've noticed from her is that she has shortened, and I could be wrong. It's something I've observed. But she has shortened throughout the Diamond League meeting. She has been shortening her strides, just like Jadon, to improve on that technique. And I think she's going to run from a longer stride come World Championships. I think she has to jump over 15 to medal, because if she don't jump over 15 she's not going to medal. That's just my take, but I think she will jump over 15.
Levon, do me a favor. I would love for you to address that question just because
Listen,
I want to call the name
Listen.
who asked it.
I don't want. I'd rather go more quick to say I want, and then I look at the name and myself, boy. I don't.
No, we need to address it because I want to hear Levon call the name of the person. Is asking the question. We need to make sure everybody.
The host.
Of course, I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Of course, I'm going to do it because that's the reason I put it up on the screen. So, we have a commenter, Fluffy Evertight, saying, "What are your thoughts on the prize money at World Championship this year?"
It's tight. The money's tight.
Wait.
Listen,
what you mean? What are the thoughts? What do you mean? What are the thoughts then?
Somebody upset me. Say, how was that? But last week, somebody in where comes there? Come on, man, unmute yourself. So somebody upset me by saying he thinks that this prize money is too much for the athletes. Why them getting paid $70,000?
It's too little.
Not, I was like, this is a joke.
It's too little.
The entire budget of $8 million is like a footballer's salary for a week.
Yeah, but Coach Q, like, when you answer what I say, you have to give the full context, right? I am saying based on the amount
Any
of money,
context.
but I'm saying based on the amount of money where the sport generates, you can't. And I asked you, right? I'm saying based on the money where the sport generates, you can't really expect the sport.
And somebody pointed out, in order to host the World Championships, you have to pay.
There it is.
You have to pay. Was it $90 or $900 million to World Athletics?
80 million.
80 million.
Plus you have to update the facilities and hotels and everything.
The facilities and all of that.
Infrastructures have to be updated.
All of the infrastructure needed, right? Then you have your sponsors and all of that. But irrespective of the case of all that generating, it is the association's job to ensure that this becomes, because after a while it going to get wishy-washy. How
Well,
many
Why?
good athletes
Alright.
we know over time period
But
got to another
but I'm
sport because
confused
money
though.
in a track.
All right, not for cut the cue, but I'm confused though. Why is it the athletes shouldn't be paid well when we have millions of people in a stanza watch? We have millions of them yard a watch where I
I don't
get money
know
off
where
it. So why
yeah,
them for out there I get chum change? Why them for run for chum change? In fact, it took them a long time to raise the money
and they
because
raised it by ten
it,
thousand
them
dollars.
take them take a long time
Attending.
to raise the money because that been like that for almost about 15 or so years. Because 2007 when
Exactly.
I first made my world championship team, I started looking into it. That's what the money was at that time. So it take a body per time for that. Let me tell you
Well,
what's going on
it
really.
seems
Them
like
a show,
everybody in track and field is making money except the athletes.
yeah, and that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. There's some athletes that make negative dollars. There's a lot of athletes out there not making no money. So right now, I'm gonna give you some flaws. If you take it,
And
They
you
must
they
be
need to.
can
disrespectful.
break it
well,
down, and you as far as going all the way through Leaford, they can break it down for man like Kems for me, because Kems don't understand that the expenses that athletes incur, not just on the basis of rent and stuff, but the expenses just to compete, just to be able to
Legend,
be
you is
fit
a
and stay
you
fit.
you are your own corporation. You are everybody that's on your team.
um,
Mhm.
We talk about coaches and all. The impact with coaches are. But end of the day, you are a coach. So really and truly, we say Glenn Mills and Frano and all. The impact with them have, but we pay them. You understand what I say? We
Mhm.
pay them. So with
Mhm.
that being said,
Mhm.
we supposed to get big money so we can pay them. Everything them get paid. Pay them must suit
Exactly.
turpits.
well,
Pay. There's a lot of things that come out of there's so much expenses that come out that it be, trust me. I just truly really have them for me right written it down right
Yeah.
now. Can tell you the different expenses
I
then that come from everything they'll make, and not to mention the
when you
taxes.
get
Then we get taxed for all them things that do. They get
when an
taxed all
athlete
twice.
get
Like
injured and I try and I fly
Well,
go
on man fly,
Germany.
the man a preach, man. Him need to let it out. You know, hear man sit in a room. Go on, continue, Leaford. Yeah, the
yeah, but
taxes now. Yeah.
even taxes, they get taxed twice. You know what I mean? You get taxed from the meat and you get taxed again from you whatever country you live in. So yeah,
Yeah.
look on 12% right there, so 15% right there. So right now you know what? Somebody kind of must better me. 27% that at least your coach I get one next 10, your agent I get another 5. You get like half for the money. So you see 70 grand look like a nothing after you done with it. A joke money that brother. That can
Nothing.
buy a
Right now,
car
you don't
good.
pay your side chick yet.
That can buy a
well,
Sorry,
car good,
off
man.
topic. Sorry.
Listen now.
well. To the World Athletics defense, I am least to even be defending World Athletics because I don't do track and field. But to their defense, yes, it's $70,000 for the winner, but it's across 30. I think it's 30. Yeah, 30 events.
The budget is $8 million.
All right, do
The
this.
budget
All
is
right, do
eight
this.
million dollars. However, well,
Prize money is eight
I
million dollars for all events.
I challenge all analytics to come out and tell me how much money they get from sponsors to put towards the game.
They never leave in a negative.
Would you,
That's
if
honestly,
you,
that's what
well,
I
if you
challenge them
were
for.
the
Do.
head
Come
of
out
World
and tell
Athletics,
me.
would you leave with a negative flight?
No, I'm not. I know, but I
No.
just believe fear. Just like FIFA
Yeah,
leaves a
I
negative
understand.
anytime.
No.
Okay, fear is fair though.
Yeah, fair is
Fair is
fair.
fair.
The athlete's not
And,
getting
Yeah,
paid.
and
them not.
I
Them,
think, I
them, are,
think
them are win man Kems. Them are
if
wicked.
you want to glorify and draw attention to the event, people attracted to money figures.
Yeah.
Even in the case of them not getting it, but then when Bolt make $40 million for him contract with Puma, which everybody's like, yo, that's so much money. But then when they compare $40 million to what Neymar getting for go over, so $40 million blow up in about
But
call it 10 IG
well,
posts of
yeah,
$40 million
but
dollars.
yeah, but when
Coach Q, as I said to you, why are we doing the comparison though? Like why are we doing the comparison? That's the
We
issue.
have to.
Because
Why should we not? Why should we not?
It is entertainment. It is under the
Yeah,
same
it's
entertainment
entertainment.
industry.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely. You have to use it as a staple, as a measure.
I
What you
think
will
it's
measure
unfair.
against?
I have to agree with Kems. I think it's a little bit unfair to
No, it's not. What I'm
compare.
trying for you to understand
Unfair in
how
what sense though?
medial this is. you have to show it to what the one thing that holds standard. Even you want me, if I can go to NFL, I'm pretty sure that I think swimmers probably get a better payment structure than track athletes does. Track is actually the poorest sport in relation of in terms of how the athletes are paid, not
Even
how the
cricketers, even
administrations are looked at.
cricketers are commanded more like
The,
comfortable.
the
But do you
cricketer
think?
them get $1,000, $2,000 hour for a test
But,
match.
but you think that's the case because track and field is too broad?
No, it has nothing to do with how
That's why
broad
it
it
should have
is.
been more. That's why it should have
That's
more lucrative.
why,
Guy, bro, there are more people, so it's more
yeah,
attractive and more
yeah,
competitive. So that's supposed to make it be more lucrative
it
because it's
is,
more
and
competitive.
I think it's the association's responsibility. You take up yourself as being the world athletics. It's your responsibility to get it to that level. As much as if all right, football is far bigger sport. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it took a while to get there. It wasn't always that. All
You
right,
know,
it
I
was
gotta tell you,
there long time. That's fine, but that doesn't limit track and field to elevate or get there. Just make some look. For example, there are a couple things, couple minor things that, in my perspective, that I think can make a difference. And one of them is to the limitation in terms of what you have as far as advertising or marketing, like how you can run ads. For example, just the ability of you can only be represented by one shoe company or one company, whatever. You can't run in a vest that has on multiple sponsors. That look what that does for NASCAR and all of those things. Everything branded, everything, the helmet full of things, the shirt, everything, and just what they have on, as far as all the sponsors. That's millions of dollars in value just for that thing.
Athlete is a walking billboard in our keel.
Athlete is a walking billboard, and you limit how much they
Yeah,
can
yeah. When you
they
limit,
can
no,
do.
the,
we expect, we expect.
So now,
I'm a,
we're in situations where athletes, if you're not getting outside of a shoe contract, if you're not getting other endorsements, then you can't really rely just slowly running on circuits.
Walking billboard where? Because you have
on
to
the
also
circuit.
admit
Yeah,
we have to
everywhere.
no, we have to also admit that track and field is not that popular in everywhere.
What you
Yeah,
call
but
everywhere?
So it's popular in Europe. It's
how
popular
big you
in it's popular in Europe. It's popular in well, I mean, not even say popular in Jamaica, because I can have reservations about that. But yes, it's as things stands, it's popular in Jamaica. Um, and for the USA, there's still some debate. Well, you guys better to explain whether it's popular in USA.
Where is NFL popular and where is golf popular? But yet still them a get big IPOs. Where
Yes,
is baseball popular
be,
and still get
And
bigger
market in
IPOs?
Europe is
because
huge.
What are you saying?
those are franchise. Those
Okay,
are
so that's a
businesses.
so why
As
so
in,
what how
as
that's
in,
why I'm saying track and field need to get to the level where it can be treated similarly.
Yes.
because at the end of the day, the World Athletics and the different associations that comes under World Athletics are treated as non-profit organizations versus NFL, where these are business like
And
company and so
all
forth.
we are disputing is that, so you are trying to say okay, everything should remain the same.
I'm not saying that everything should
That
remain the
and
That's
same.
the
that's
point.
I'm
That's
not.
and
what I was
No,
saying.
that's what
no.
we are talking about. We're talking about
Yeah,
the change. We're not talking
yeah.
about
It's
how
not
it
enough.
is. We know how it is or why it is how it is.
Yeah,
We're
it's not
just
enough.
saying it needs to change.
All right, so let's get to the final point and then we'll just get back on track with the predictions.
Okay.
So
Answer to the
fluffy
man
come
question,
start.
Akil.
Fluffy come start argument here.
where I think is where I think where money now run at the track and field. Where a lot of people don't probably know that IWF, IOC, just like FIFA and all them, they are non-profit organizations, so you really can't do too much of them. And that's the only reason why them actually try to contribute and give back because them have to show so them do something with the money. So they must give a little bit or none. So them always raise whole heap of money and full of money. So
Uh,
yeah, that could be part of the reason why it not really big like everything else. You know what I mean? And it can't pump or generate as much, but them don't get enough. Them get whole heap of funding. Whole heap of funding them get.
I have a question as well. Because since they're a non-profit, does it mean that they are audited like regular businesses or so?
the
No.
non-profit, they don't have to
Them
disclose.
non-profit, them not disclose certain things.
They
So
don't
it's
have to
like them
disclose.
man they can get
That's
them
that's
not get
unnecessary.
taxes, them not
I get cut off.
Oh.
The IWF cut him off.
IWF find him out, man.
All right, so gentlemen,
too much now. What? Professional
All right,
athlete?
so female
What?
side, let's finish up. 4x1 women. I saw someone ask a question.
Straight gold
Sharika
medal.
anchors or not?
Who?
She got too tired.
Who anchor?
What?
Sharika.
Sharika to anchor. Boy, I don't know, you know, because
Not
we've
too
had
tired.
world record potential teams for 2 seasons and we failed.
For 2 seasons?
Oh, 4x4,
Yeah.
4x1. Sorry, my bad.
For
Yeah,
normally
for-
more than two flight.
Well, but I'm just thinking about the last 2.
When
And,
Shelley, Sharon, and Karen came to the line,
that
should
was
have
one.
been the first one.
That should have been the first one. That's
Yeah.
That should have been the
should have been the
first one,
first
for
one.
sure.
Yeah. I don't know as far as who runs where. I'll have to see which 4 them put out because that always baffles me.
I
But
think
this
Levon
next-
should ask, should Elaine... Kems, are you there?
Yes, sir. Here,
Good.
live and direct, sir.
Should Elaine
That is
be
walk right now.
on the team?
You walk right now. Come on.
No, no, sir. I don't think so.
Why not?
Well, separate and apart from the fact where she finished at trials, obviously, you know,
Not
she
even the
has been.
Heats?
I mean, the heats. I think she should run the heats, of course. But I think you're talking about the finals. You know, a lot of blame has been placed on her. You know, for the lack of quote unquote urgency, or they have too much urgency. Running away, leave the button, and all of that. So, but again, you know, the Elaine that I see, the kind of form she in, I wouldn't want that on my relay. That would remind me what the other one name was start the relay the last time. Kimber
Kimber.
Nelson. Yeah, Kimber Nelson. But that's the thing. Say a fair time now. Run the heats, make a qualify, and then allow the other people to take it.
So who's your 4 for the finals?
So my
Yeah.
4 for the
Clyde, make me do the interrogation, man.
so my
But
4
continue.
for the finals is Brianna Williams, Natasha Morrison, Shelly, and Sharika.
In that order.
Sure, I can take that order. I like Natasha Morrison on the backstretch. She always eats up that backstretch.
So, may I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Do you think Tom Brady would play third string quarterback at any team or retire?
Retire. I think he'll retire.
So how do you go from second fastest ever in the world? And I'm just gonna run the relay heats right now. You think she'd feel good about that? Like, how would you feel?
Well, listen. You know, when you make bad decisions, then you have to face the consequences. And when you also perform below par, then you have to, you know, face the consequences where your performance lead you. And when you come, I not even remember, won't you come at trials? 5th or so? When you come 5th at the trials, there's very little argument that you can. There's little argument where you can bring forth to say, oh, you deserve to run the finals. The second fastest and all them things, they out the door. At 5th, you come at trials. Somewhere like you go the heats and then, you know, you kind of work for muscle.
But you don't think the optics look terrible, Virgin? You go from second fastest in the world to, okay, I finished, what, 3rd or 4th?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
now
The
you're
optics
just
looks
a
terrible.
relay team member?
But
But
I think one of the like initially I was saying, boy, if I was Lane, I wouldn't go. Just call it judge and say, oh.
Me personally, my ego, I'm not going.
However,
Somebody else can go run that
there
heat.
is a business aspect. So
Business aspect.
there might have been some contractual agreement. Remember, she just
Exactly.
signed a fresh contract. So
money too.
how much you get, how your payment goes for the following season is dependent on how you perform.
Come off the understand.
Performing in the 4x1 and getting a gold medal would probably keep her in line as far as whatever agreement you have with it.
But she will not be on that finals team, though. We know that she's not going to be on the finals team.
But I would have still had a medal that I can say Puma can. I'm a gold medal winner from Budapest.
You see, when we did at college, them used to issue out group projects. I'm gonna be honest with you, we never do nothing in another group project them. but me still get A's and B's.
And you got your degree, though.
Yes,
You're
but I
right.
never felt good inside.
Well, you're going to care about your degree?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not getting a degree.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, you just can't feel good just to I'm just running the heats right now. No.
So Kems, another question.
Yes, sir.
So I know, I'm guessing you favor Jamaica to win the 4x1.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, okay. I was just making sure because I know
Kems
I'm
not
pretty
agree to that.
sure you believe that once Shakira gets that medal on the ankle leg, anything that is within even
Well, he
90
must
meters
answer
from
yes
her
now
will
because he already pick her for win down, Jay. He can't answer nothing but yes. But like how your time up, coach.
have to.
Yeah, man. Like how your time.
Well. Let's take a look at this, right? Let's take a look at this.
We're looking.
Last year, TT Terry barely
Mhm.
got the button before Sherika Jackson, and
Mhm.
the 21-4, 10.7 woman had just couldn't catch her. Just couldn't catch her. So all I'm
Mhm.
saying is that should Shakari get the button the same time as Sherika on that anchor, then history will repeat itself. We know how that will go. If Shakari gets the button before, then obviously that's a done deal. If Shakari gets the button behind, then I believe that Jamaica will win.
Really?
Yeah, I think Jamaica will win if
That's
Shakari gets the button
disrespectful.
behind.
That's disrespectful. Shakiri? That's disrespectful, Kems.
First of all, we don't even know. US might drop the
Who
button.
is
That's more
the
likely
US
than
team? I am that is I would bet money there that they should put
that's
that
the
as
most
odds.
likely scenario. The US
No.
drops the button.
Yeah, they
US
didn't
team,
drop it.
US,
They didn't drop it last year though.
Yeah,
US
one
team
one
strong,
in
man.
10. 1 in 10. Okay, I'll take that.
USA is strong. USA team strong, man.
They didn't
It's not
drop
going
it
to be an
when
easy team to beat.
they
It's
didn't
not
drop
an
it
easy
when
team to beat.
They didn't drop it when Tiana Bartoletta eat Shelly and Fraser on that first leg and get the world record. They never drop it that time either.
You're
Come on
delusional.
now.
Eat.
Come on. I'm delusional. That's
You're
how it
delusional.
happened. That's the fact.
Can I share? So I actually have 3 teams. So the first team is the one that I would like to see. The second team is the one that we're most likely going to see. And the third team is the team that I think is going to win.
Akil about to say Germany or something like that. Go ahead,
No,
Akil.
no, no. So the first team I would like to see, and it's based on overall season. I would love to see Brianna to Shelly to Kivona to Sharika. Right?
Oh, okay, line up. Huh?
So that's that's the team I would like to see. The team that I expect to see is the same team that Kems have. So Brianna to Natasha to Shelly to Sharika. The team that I think that will give us that I think based on experience and based on chemistry would give us best success is the 2021 team. Brianna to Shelly, switch legs to Shelly to Elaine to Sharika.
Well,
Interesting.
the first team, we'll throw the first team in the garbage. I don't
You
Kevon
can't throw the first
Davis.
team in. You can't throw the first team in a garbage.
Kevon Davis not ready
Kepona
for
is an
this
interesting
loss.
choice, though. Just say.
Yeah, I don't
She
think.
runs a very she runs a very fast third leg.
Yeah, lots of people do. Lots of people
And the
do.
thing and the thing about is that the thing about Sasha Lee Forbes, right, is that I'm not sure if I trust her over a third leg. I'm gonna be very honest. Even
So
though she's the third fastest this year,
here is my experience with relays. It's not necessarily the fastest four. It's the best four.
precisely.
Yeah, so it's not just the four fastest persons. Clearly doesn't do it because we never do it when we had the chance numerous times. It's not when we get Quinella and we get Quinella. Well, we get first, second, and third, and can't broke the 4x1 world record. That is absurd.
Can I make a point though?
Drop it.
But could we I would argue that what stopped us from getting those world records, other than from baton exchanges and so forth, I also think that because 3 of the 4 athletes would have had the rounds on their legs, so I think that would play a part of it as well. Although in
Fair.
2021, Sharika was fresher because of the whole first round mishap. But
Very
as I
true.
said before, 2021 was really down to button exchanges.
Fair.
So I would
But
argue that.
we have had in the same, just don't like to compare genders, but the men 4x1, when we brought the world record, Bolt ran 2 events,
Johan.
100, 200, Blake ran 100, 200.
Yeah, but
However,
Nesta and Freighter did not run the
no,
100
Freighter
nor the
ran
200.
100.
What Freighter
No,
ran 100?
no,
Freighter
Freighter
ran
never
the
ran the 100. Freighter never
No,
made the
most
100
certainly did.
team.
I
It
could
was
be wrong.
Asafa who made the 100, but Asafa pull up in
Oh, I'm thinking of 2009.
2008
Yeah,
or 2009. Yeah.
yeah, I'm thinking of 2009. So yeah, yeah. So Freighter wasn't in that league. So mine we had two fresh and thing about irrespective. I still think I still stand firm in saying, as far as my experience as a coach, I get the best results with the 4 best athletes, not necessarily the 4 fastest. And the 4 best athletes are these athletes are good relay athletes.
Fair
All
enough.
right. So Freighter is an excellent relay athlete. Irrespective of what his PB or time is once he's fit, he's one of the best relay
So,
athletes we can have.
so question, Coach Q. How do you know? Explain to an athlete who was told, hey, you come in the top 3, top 4, you're secure. How do you know? Explain to the athlete that, hey, you're
No,
not a great relay athlete.
well, the first thing that I'll need to do if I was a coach of the national team is then now we'll have to create an atmosphere to either get these athletes together and figure out and get them into a rhythm as far as practices and building chemistry and stuff to say, all right, so which of these 4 are the best. Clearly, I have had this in high school when my parents me make switches and parents before them even reach before them at the really even go through the finish line and parents don't come over see them miss. Why my daughter never run? You get me? And I said I took her out to win. You get me? It's like, no, but my daughter fast. I'm like, yeah, but we wouldn't have won without her, with her. Do you get me? So and at some point in time, especially when it comes to relays, the decision has to be on the person that is putting the team together, not on the athletes to do it themselves.
Okay, got it.
But if we're really looking at it though, it's really only the first and the third leg that is really on offer, because at the end of the day, Shelly, if we say that Shelly's knee injury or not knee injury, but her knee issue is something that is still a factor,
Then
right?
she run anchor
But
because running into a curve with a knee problem or running into a hand over the
exactly.
bat with a knee problem might be an issue. So
Okay, fair enough.
it's almost like a sure anchor just to preserve and ensure that we don't have any a mishap.
And that's why and that's why I was saying that for the third leg, um if Elaine is not near, let's say near 100%, I think Kivona Davis for that third leg would be a very good option.
How much
Considering that
Kevona came in the 200 at trial?
I think she came fifth, but at the
Fifth?
same time, yeah, she came fifth. I think
I think it's gonna
Lani.
be hard to justify that pick, like down the track.
That's why I was asked. I was
No, but
thinking of how, because then making the decision is fine, but then making
but what
a
if she
strong
performs well in
justification.
the what if she performs well in the 200 meters? As I said before, if we
Well,
believe that Julian Alfred is going to, if we believe that Coach Flo is going to prepare Julian Alfred well, we also have to believe that he's going to prepare Kivona
yeah,
as well.
well, you need to understand with Coach Flo. Coach Flo's preparation for Kevona is post Julian Alfred. So look at Kevona next season. Now that
Yeah,
Alfred is no longer there. So it might not be the case that this is her year. And Frana does that all the time. Frana, because in the interview, said in the next 2-3 years, I'm expecting such and such. And when you do the maths, you realize in the next who is leaving shortly, and his successors thereafter. So it's always a planned thing, and it's almost it's to the design of avoiding a conflict.
Fair enough.
So you have a successor right after. Kevona, I believe, is her successor. I don't think that is her this season. Catch her next season.
But other than from Elaine, who would have run a better third leg than her?
Right now I can't. I would have to leave that to the coaches on the ground and the persons in charge of relays. I think that would be Wilson, Coach Maurice Wilson. As far as making that decision, I can't say who is the best for that. I think at this point, clearly, my stance would be all right. So we have to ensure that Shelley don't have an issue there, and fine. Hopefully, nobody else has any other issues that that's not made public, and that we can't just fit in anywhere else. As you said, the missing piece to the puzzle is the third leg. They could rightfully say, okay, they feel like it's going to be Kevona. Again, as I say, in everything, you're going to need some sort of justification as to why. If you just say, that was my choice and I believe that she's the right person, and that could be all that is needed, rather than, but these other persons. And I'm sure if you pull the 200-meter footage, she might not have, she'd have come off the corner first, second, or third in that 200. So, if we can say, yeah, man, she run a nice turn and she come last. I remember I got selected on a relay team, my first relay team at Georges, just on the basis of we had a time trial and I coaxed the coach to make sure to run a 150 so that I can make sure I come off of the corner before everybody. Clearly, we never win, but after that corner, I just know I solidify my spot on that relay team.
That race still hurt me to this day.
Yeah. So it really comes down to exploring the right fit for that, and it's tricky because sometimes you can have just 4, which puts in a good position. You have 5 where you can say, all right, just in case. But when you have like a 6 solid, it's hard to put together. It makes it a little bit more complicated. So you're forced to kind of want to think politically, which you really can't.
So obviously Levon has disappeared on us, but before anybody else disappear, I want to ask a question because I need to find out what's going on. Which Rasheen McDonald is showing up? Which Rasheen McDonald is showing up at the World Championship?
Why? You mean which one?
Well, I mean,
43 Rasheen or
the 43 or the 46 one, like, because I hear rumblings also that he has been removed from the mixed relays. I'm not sure about that.
I think he's entered in the 400, man, but I don't know if it's an alternate or he's.
Yeah, at this stage, I think the argument that's being had or the discussions, which I believe it will be continued discussions, is probably you taking out fellow there from GC Foster and have Rasheen take his
Demish.
No, not Demish. Barnes. Demish. Come on, man. So I think Barnes has only dipped under that 45 seconds once, and he went like a 45.
At races. Yeah, at races Grand Prix.
Yeah, but hasn't really shown true consistency there.
Like
Rasheen, on the other hand, has been, you go 44 low. You're pretty much showing.
And he ran 44.03 in Hungary.
44.03 already in Hungary.
Hungary.
Don't acclimatize.
Ties and something.
So the only thing is that if you're running at the heats and the night that.
I was about to get to that because remember the 43.9, and then where did he go?
Yeah, I just think that the problem with that race, as I said, once you get like a massive PB like that, your body don't know how to react. So the recovery.
Maybe his doesn't. I've seen some athletes actually.
Yeah, well, if you're conditioned properly,
Yeah.
And it's not him and the only one, that heat. I remember watching that heat. That heat was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was
And
fast.
and here and he,
Maybe
and
it
he,
was wind aided.
no, it wasn't wind aided. And he wasn't the only one who ran fast that
Yeah,
heat
I
and then
think
didn't.
there's quite a few other national records in that heat.
So everybody just gas back it out there, basically.
Don't know. There was a juice that race that.
That was a big shocker to me. That 44 low was a big shocker to me. Like,
Yeah, and then I think backing it up with consistency of 45.
Yeah,
I can say, boy. All right.
and
you
he has
get
been
me.
doing and he has been okay in the 200 meters. I mean, I said well. He's been okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be upset if they put him in. And I
Yeah, I
think
wouldn't be upset either.
giving Barnes in the mixed relay wouldn't be bad because I still think Jamaica can get a medal in the mixed relay. Them
I absolutely
Michigan
hate that
athletes, I
event.
think we should be fine.
I love that
I hate-
event. I just hate how
I
it's
hate
run.
it with a passion.
I hate
Yeah.
how it's run, but I love it.
Why
There's
you hate it
nothing
with
about it.
Because I think that the mixed relay, it gives an opportunity for teams to be creative, right? So what Nigeria, So what Nigeria did what Nigeria and Poland did in 2019 was actually very exciting when they actually ran the female first and they ran the two males them in between and then the female on anchor.
But it's
Right?
no longer set up that way. The females have to run
That
with
is
the
my
females.
that is my problem.
you have a standard.
That is my problem.
So you preferred it when the female was running against the male
Of
and get
course,
a big 60-meter lead and still get catch? You that's exciting?
of course, because
No,
at the end of the day,
it's
no.
foolishness.
At the end of the day, no. The truth is that those teams who did that strategy, they weren't the strongest teams. But
No.
if a
I
team
remember
like Jamaica and USA
Paulina
do
could have
that,
been on that
When
anchor
Poland-
and Paulina getting catch.
1 year
not
Poland
necessarily.
I promise you. I don't remember the year, but
Poland did it in 2019, but it never
Poland did
wasn't
it in
successful.
2019, but they
The
never said
lady-
because the anchor leg, they had
anchor.
the girl to anchor and she get Nyamo. I think they ended up third.
No, they ended up fifth. Because remember,
Fifth,
either fifth or sixth. Because at the end of the day, you're comparing
from a
45.
60-meter lead.
You're comparing
To a
45 to a 51 or 50.
There's
Mm.
nothing
Right?
exciting about that.
But if you have for example, a Paulinho that is running 48 or clocking a 48 split, and you have a
You
guy
still a
who's
get
running
catch.
not necessarily. Not
Depends how far
necessarily.
him there. From 60
So I think
meter, not
If
get
Paulina have 60-meter and a man, I don't care who the man is behind her, she's getting catch. Coach Q can go there and him have a catch Paulina.
well,
Not
I
necessarily.
don't push it.
That's a terrible event. I don't know why they bring it in. I don't know if there's an agenda behind it, but I do not like that event. I hate it.
it's a very
Well,
exciting
I
event.
think in the near future the mixed relay might be very mixed.
I see your point. I see your point. I see your
Yes,
point.
sir.
We are in a changing world.
We
No
are in a
problem.
changing world.
I think it's very exciting. And remember at that time, when it
Yeah,
was
it's
introduced,
exciting because it's comical. When you see the Nigerian commentary on the Nigeria team, oh, Nigeria gonna win, and then
so like for
Nigeria
example,
girl, what are you doing? And then of course it's exciting from that standpoint.
so for example,
I don't
when
think your wife would
Bahamas,
appreciate the accent.
Oh, she's Liberian. She's not Nigerian.
so Bahamas were the first world record holders, and that's the whole idea of like a Shawnee Miller Weaver run against one guy, or
And she
whole
still get
lead
beat.
against a whole. No, she was. I guess she never get beat, but I guess that was just the entertainment value that event promised. But I guess the new rules and so forth, it just takes out of the event.
I think we should scrap it.
It gives opportunities for other countries to attempt for a medal, so I don't think it should be scrapped.
Like Jamaica, because Jamaica is getting single-digit medals, so they would want to capitalize on these kind of medals right now.
Boy, we're ungrateful. So how often have we had double-digit medals?
Not very often.
Well, with this team and all this Rochelle Clayton to get a medal, all these blasphemous statements, the most can make double digits now.
So why out of all the person's name you pick Rochelle Clayton?
Well, All right, let me go back to the hurdles. The 4 hurdles women. You have
So,
Jamaica
look where you got calls,
getting a
right?
medal. You have Jamaica getting a medal, which is just mind blowing because there's no chance here. It's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th down them place. Down them. Because none of those no Rochelle Clayton or Johnny Russell, none of them beating Shamir Little. Not one of them. Not one of them. So again you have Levon girl for win. Shamir Little somewhere in the mix. They don't think them a beat. When I say Mohammed a gas bag, the best gas bag to beat Jamaicans, because no Jamaican now beat
station.
Sweden. So when you look at it, I have Jamaica getting about 5 medals, 6 if possible. About 6 medals there about, and them go home to celebrate with that.
Wait, 6 on the women's side alone, right?
Yeah?
6 on the women's side.
Okay,
Overall?
so let me
Yeah,
just run through
that is what he has been saying for a minute now.
let me run through it really quickly before I go, because I forgot shortly. So
No, you can go now. You can go now.
Yeah, we don't need to hear that, guys. You can leave.
listen, hold on now. Women 100 meters, 1 medal. Women 200 meters, 1 medal. Jaden Hibbert, 1 medal. 3. Women's 4x1, 1 medal. Women's 4x4, 1 medal. 5 then. Oh, then 110 hurdles, 1 medal. 6.
You don't have Jaden Hibbert medal in?
I already
Yes,
called his
yeah.
name.
Oh,
So
yeah,
men
I see.
4x4, men 4x1, nothing, right?
Men 4x1, nothing. We already see with that. No? Then
Men
nothing.
4x4, nothing.
Men's 4x4, nothing. 4.
Nothing in the mixed relay.
Oh, of course not. We saw the despicable display that they put on last World Championship. It was so nauseating. Jesus, I wish they would just withdraw. It was so bad.
But they have an improved team from last year.
Yeah,
I
improve
want
is
to make
all
him stay in the
subjective.
one last year stretch
It's
it. You want to 6 medal at best, so make him stay with him 6 medal.
Akil, improve is subjective to those Jamaicans who really love Jamaica like that. But
Okay.
the real track and field, like Quarry no say, oh, that makes really looking real sticky. But of course, him love the country so much, so him have to say, all right, give him a chance, him have an opportunity. Barnes, put Barnes in there instead of record holder, national record holder guy. But they're just not getting it. I'm sorry.
Tell me the
It's
3 countries to beat us.
Huh?
Tell me the 3 countries to beat
No
us.
need to go through that
Tell
because
Okay,
me.
the man stuck a 6
He
medal, bro. Stop
needs
stretch it, fam.
to go. He
No,
needs
man,
to go.
make him go on, man.
Make
no,
him go.
Fair enough.
listen. I can put 3 countries and then 3 more countries beat Jamaica. Like, have we
All right.
forgotten? Have we forgotten the terrible display that they went and how they embarrassed the country at last World Championships? Like
That,
it
that,
was
that was
unreachable
that was on the
everybody.
result. All of that was on the back of one man.
Well, so one other time this year, it's gonna be on the back of one woman this time. Like
No, there'll be no discussion.
Kems, how about this? 100 push-up for every medal over 6. You taking that bet?
huh?
Every medal
100
over 6.
push-up for
Not
every medal over 6.
By the time I reach 20 in bus, so you talk
Now
about.
you know Jamaica kind of lucky. So me say 100 push-up
Oh,
for
here
every
we go
medal
now.
over.
So,
give me
take a step back now.
no, give me a time now. 100 push-up for every medal over 7.
No.
no. You
But I
say
might
6.
sneak one.
I'm on Chinese.
Zeb say high knees.
No, I think you
No,
were high
I
knees.
think we are asked too much for the high knees.
No, I think you're referring high knees to the person that was the disgrace on the mixed relay.
Oh,
Oh.
Demish. Did Demish make the plane? He made the plane?
Boy, I hope him never in a taxi.
Yeah, the plane, yes.
Yeah, so what do you think him are going to do? Is either the 4x4 or the mix?
The coach Wilson needs an assistant, so I think he's there assisting.
And he said, me terrible, you see?
I have no comments.
When him ready,
Well,
coach, he's a dangerous boy.
since you mentioned that, I actually have Jamaica getting 5 medals on the female side.
Alone.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. He probably don't
5
have
medals on the
the
female
set on
side.
the men's side.
Yeah.
Where you get 5 medals on the female side from?
2 in the 100 meter, 1 in the 200 meter, 1 in the 4x1, 1 in the 4x4.
Kevin, you have somewhere go?
The thing is,
I don't want you
somebody, no, man, I drive no, man, I can't late. The
Okay.
thing is, somebody just messaged me, say I'm pure foolishness, man, talk from the people, them podcast. But I tell that person,
There are numerous
6
messages.
medals, 6 medals at best. Like, I just don't know, Corey. Corey, you know too, you know. You know that you're banking on Shelley and Fraser championship pedigree to give you a medal. That's how you're banking.
And why
That's how you're
shouldn't we? Like that's a
Yeah.
reasonable
It's the same way you go into the bank with Shakiri. But to
Simple
do-
as that.
Not as a deposit, but withdrawal.
Well, hey, Levon, on Saturday, what is on the TV on Saturday? Because I need to be glued in front of my TV and watching the Americans take charge, take
There's
control.
quite a few events, and then more than like we're going to be here as well.
Anything special? Like,
You need
I know Jamaica.
Yeah, you need to be glued to life support.
It's only the mixed release finals.
On Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
10,000
the other
meters.
finals on Saturday.
See, it already start early again. Another demonstration.
And that final will be at 2:47 p.m. Jamaica time.
Jamaica 2:47 p.m. Book it. I'll be tuned in. I think it's showing on Peacock up here, right? Stradix?
Yeah.
I did send that. I think I sent that in the group. Yeah, you can get it on Peacock for majority of the days.
Okay.
You can, quick question: you can get Peacock subscription from Jamaica? You have to be in the States.
Don't incriminate me.
No, I'm asking. I'm genuinely asking. I'm genuinely asking.
No,
I think so.
It's restricted
Yeah, I think so.
to US IP, but yeah.
Get a VPN.
You know, you can VPN
That never
and all them.
tell him say what about say can do it, man. As long as you get somebody
Just
jailbreak,
get a
that's good.
VPN.
Can do it.
We're
Man.
living in a borderless world. Don't let them think they hold your bag. Yeah. Not saying it's illegal. I'm just saying we're living in a borderless world. Let me rephrase that. Do not do anything illegal.
All right, Kibbs, take care of yourself.
Big up, cat. Be safe on the road, yeah.
I miss
All
next
right,
time.
shit.
All right, so on the men's side now, gentle folks. Where are we getting those medals? Otherwise, because me kind of penciling Jaden Ibert for your medal still. Now. The color, people might say me is a crazy fella, you know, but I don't mind. The penciling that man for your goal.
You put him in for a goal.
Goal, yeah. Goal is
Yeah,
reasonable.
man, I just want him go out and get one big jump from the get-go. One big jump and make them have to chase him.
Him get a wicked lesson at the Diamond League.
Oh,
And
God, man, you're my hurt.
Yeah, man. I
I'm watching
think that
the event, I was
was a
literally
proper.
hurt.
That was a proper introduction to senior level.
Yep.
You don't play with them money. Yeah, and this is them money, live it here, and then food this.
Yeah,
So
man.
you want to relegate my $70,000 to $35,000? No, sir. It's not going to be easy, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take like a super jump. And I think for the sake of his, well, it doesn't seem like somebody that's buckle under nerves. But I think it will suit him well to have a Tajay big first jump and then just mash up everybody, mates. Make them try jump for beating.
So let me chime in on this one.
But that is it. It's a fight. But based on the rule is the rule. So you can't tailor the rule just for fit him in. The rule is the rule. And get
That
me
rule is-
by the rule.
That rule is just Yeah, that rule, I'm not a fan of that rule.
Because they
But thank
do
God
they
it's
have
not going to be
three
the
jumps and
if
then
he
one
didn't
afterwards.
lose, then there'll be no problem with the rule, though.
So the leader going into the final 3 jump, they jump first.
It's not the
That, as
final
in,
3
Hold
jumps.
on, the whole in that same format for the World
no,
Championship.
that's Diamond League. That's
No, no,
Diamond
no,
Oh,
League.
no,
okay,
no, no,
okay.
no. That Diamond League only.
That's Diamond.
So
And I think that is the value of having it like that, the entertainment value, in terms
yeah.
of the big hoorah of the man who will come third, just make one boom, big jump, and there he goes, winner.
Plus, you have to keep the meet under 2.5 hours for
Right.
viewership.
Mhm.
But you see, with Jaden, like I've never seen this. Like I think the kid is jumping from 13 steps. Like that is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like I've never seen
12
that before in
steps.
my life. Like I've seen that. Like I used to think Will Clay was the best triple jumper I've ever seen. Like technically, like when we was at Oklahoma together. And like now looking at Jaden, like just for one, you're coming through from such a short run up and you're holding that speed all the way to the board. And you tell me, on your very last step, you're still finding energy to put yourself at 17 meters.
Yeah, in bad man.
And you see that 40 and you see that 1768 or 1767 jumper trials, his feet was well behind the board.
Mhm.
Like
This
I
is a
don't even know if it
ridiculous
touched it.
talent.
I don't even know if it touched even the white part of the board. Like literally. And man jumped 1767.
He's
Crazy.
But
a,
all right,
he's a
I know it's
phenomenal-
It will take more than just his talent to win though, because from what I've heard from the professionals, some of them, like when you're out there now, it's not just we're all gonna take with jumps and we're gonna be nice and dandy and who win. There's a lot of trash talking going on behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know
You're
it.
gonna get raggings.
Yes, there's a lot of trash talk that like what you know what I mean? A whole heap of trash talking one. Is
and that's why
he
I said the man must just go from the get go, man, and just put
That would
one
do
big jump out there. So
injustice.
you
One
catch
Yeah.
me
jump,
if you can.
yeah,
one
that
jump,
that
and just
that
roll
that's
across.
probably safest bet. Do it on the first one.
Best
But
bet.
thinking about it, I think that is generally what he does.
Usually, yeah.
You need to
Usually,
replicate it. But
usually,
that boy
I
has
think
so
it's
much
only
talent I've
at
never
World
seen before.
Juniors, where I think, and it was his last jump that he broke the record.
No
Yeah.
man, his first jump. No, it was the first
It
jump.
was his first jump.
No man, I
It was
think
his
at one of the event, man, I think it was on his fourth jump that he jumped one of those ridiculous jumps, man.
maybe that was in Nairobi, Kenya, but in some there in South America, I remember the country. It was his first jump, and he never jumped
Colombia.
no more afterwards. Yeah,
Colombia,
Colombia.
yeah.
At the
Colombia.
NCAA's, at the NCAA's he did 5 rounds, and then he developed a slight niggle, but him was so far ahead of the competition, so him did end up winning anyways.
All right, so I
But
know some Iberton, let's say Brad Bell in the one thing. Who else do I have medal on the men's side?
I believe
Gail,
the 4x1 and 4x4 with medal.
The 4x4 can medal. Honestly, the 4x4 men can medal.
Is
And-
Bert Cameron there with the team?
Yeah. He's there.
They're getting a medal.
Yeah, them just need Bird Cameron need to do nothing but just talk to them before him go. That's all.
They're getting a medal if
That
Bert
is
Cameron.
them getting a medal.
They're
They
getting
get
a
a
medal.
medal. And I think we have a good solid set of men for
Exactly.
400, and I think it's the first in a long while we've had this sort of good cluster of for I think we have about 5 or 6 sub 45 men going 400, and we haven't seen that in a while.
we don't have so much.
Yeah, we
I
haven't seen that.
think it's fair for them, man.
Yeah, we don't have so much. But I think what is so, I think what is so someday is that even though you have only 4 of them running sub 45, you still have some who are very close to that 45. So you have man who have like 44, 45 0, 45 1, and so forth. So I think it still makes our team very strong. Our team this year is much stronger than last year in comparison to last year. And last year ran 2 minute 58 or 50, 2 minute 58. Yeah, I think it's 2 minute 58. So yeah, man, I think we definitely
We have
we
5
definitely
persons.
medaling.
5
So
below the
I
45.
stand correct. We have 5 below 45 and 6th and 7th at 45 0. So we have
So
Rasheem Mack,
this
Sean Bailey, Antonio Watson, Raheem Hills, Xandrian Barnes.
Oh, Raheem
yeah.
Hills, yeah, Raheem Hills.
All right. So overall, I have us getting between 8 to 9 medals.
No, I was saying that Tajay and Wayne can medal in the long jump.
Yeah, I think so. I think Tajay
Yeah.
finding form and him start having fun again. So
And the two of them can medal at the same time.
they can.
The long jump is
I like
not
saying
a.
anybody really have to, yeah. So possible, but realistically speaking, based on what I calculated, 8 to 9 I have.
We can get a medal in the men's 400.
What?
All right, next. All right,
Um,
gentlemen, I think we're going to have to wrap up soon as well. So if you guys have any final thoughts, I can get it in because we're going to have a lot of shows going forward.
anyone seeing any surprises? In any
Yeah, you know, it wouldn't be a surprise if you see the
No.
100
No surprises.
men going
Or it
to,
could be your own personal.
the 100 men I think going be a surprise regardless, as Leaford was mentioning. It's
Run
so
Watson.
close, hard to call. So I think whoever, just like
Yeah,
how
me
the
tell you,
US
watch the
driver-
Caribbean and Rowan Watson.
listen, and I tell people Frano is an evil genius. You get me? So if he's the Frano's philosophy is if you can make the team, you can medal. Simple. If you can make the team, you can medal. Being able to medal in that men's 100 means you can win. It is really not that far apart. It's really
Yeah.
not that far apart. So and I think
Just that I see a lot of
inter-
record dropping at this World Championship though.
I think
I heard that the
200
track is fast.
the 200 record I got drop. 200.
Yeah, man,
I
and we
think-
can call it from now. The 1500
both
meter record.
200
that got-
meter. No. Anything she run, bro.
That,
No man, on the men's side, man,
On
talk
the
right
men's
now,
side.
man.
Hey man, that
Yeah,
guy.
man, Jakob gone with that, man.
Yeah man, that guy, man. That guy, man. It's going to
But
be
that's about
exciting.
Faith, man, because Faith to clean up everything what she doing, man.
Hey, like
what is she
after-
made
I
of?
think
You really want to know what Faith make
Oh,
make
yes.
take out of?
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
I want to
How you
ask a
run?
question. I want to ask a question because I asked somebody else's question and it literally mashed me up. If Sharika breaks the 100 and 200 meter world record, does Faith Kipyegon still get World Female Athlete of the Year?
Yes.
easily. Yes.
Yes.
How?
Because
How?
she's good. She has 3 world records, sir.
3
And
different
she's going to
distances.
get 2 at the World Championships.
3 world records. The mile is not even contested. It's not even a
No,
world
no, no,
world
no,
championship-
That's what I'm
world
saying.
championship contested event.
She going to get 2 more. She going to get 2 more at this World Championships.
No man. No man. If Sharika breaks the
Listen,
100 meter world record and the
anything-
100 and the 200,
Them
I
done.
don't think
Them
Faith
done
Kipyegon
start
get it.
scribe. Them done start scribe for your trophy already.
Yeah.
no,
easy.
sir, I don't think Faith Kipyegon
Listen
gonna
now.
go get that trophy.
Furthermore, it is more hopeful that for Sharika than it is for Faith. You
Yeah.
need faith for Sharika for run the world record.
Right.
No. But no. But
For the 100 meter world record.
no.
You get
But
me?
to be fair, before this season, right? She has been touching, grazing the world record, but she hasn't really broken it, right?
Oh.
And 3-minute fifth and Faith
Mm.
prior to this season. And
Yeah,
3 minute
but
50
Akil,
tough.
look at it
And
though.
the fact
She has
she
been
run
touching
past
it, but
us-
she has done it. That's the point we're trying to make, bro.
But
She has
no, but what
done
I'm
it.
trying to
3 weeks, 3 world records.
Back to back to back.
Yo, listen. You know how
yeah, but
phenomenal that is? And
Yeah,
it's
but the
3
thing I'm-
different events.
no, but the thing about it is that Sharika would have broken a 33-year-old world record, not
Listen, man.
once, twice.
As I tell you,
It matters
Sharika
not.
need faith for beat that 100 meter record.
Hey, Faith, remember now, Faith after the 3000, you know, she stepped up in distance, you know, unfamiliar distances and broke the world record in the bridge. Unfamiliar distance and break the world record.
But
And then step down.
a 15,500 double is similar to a 100-200 double.
No man, you're a madman.
No,
No.
don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
do
it's
That's
like,
like a 100, 400.
the next time Jamaica goes to like the Olympics or World, next year at Paris, you need to go with the national team.
No.
In the event that there is a protest and you need somebody to defend the local athletes, you need to be there because you not like your point. I will get to if Sharika gets that would be magnificent. But I think Faith have the upper hand. Because if Faith
I will agree Faith have an upper hand now.
If Faith goes on to also break 2 world records at the World Championships, she would have had 5 world records in a season. Nobody never done
season. Oh my god.
Nobody has ever done that. Nobody has ever
done 3 in one season. Oh, maybe the pole vaulter. Isinbayeva.
Isinbayeva, probably.
Yeah, probably did 3. This would be 5. If she gets these 2, at 5 and 1 season.
Another question is, what if Crozer throws 24 and Warholm runs?
I need to do the testing if he throws 24. I need to conduct the testing.
And Warholm runs 45-2.
Warholm not running 400. He's not running 400. He's running 400s.
No, and a 400s metal ball. A 400s metal ball.
Listen, man.
A hurdles we talk about.
Listen, man. 45-2. I'm done watching track and field.
Yeah, that's it. Too much cheating.
Can't keep up. Keep up.
It's like your teeth, you just take a little bit off of the top. I'm okay with that. But never keep the whole cake.
Yeah, you need to do like the plantis. Every year just take off a little piece. Yeah.
The plantis is
like
good.
The plantis just don't
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'll say, okay, all right, cool.
So the other day, man, I'm Virgin, I looked through the Plantis career. I realized that every single year, this man just put the record up by a single meter.
Yeah, that's another $100,000 in him pocket.
He knows what his potential is. He know when you there, you know. And he say, listen, every year, and every time it's like a centimeter. I told the most. If never go beyond, I say, yeah, break it down. Thanks, pay me.
But final thoughts, guys, before we close it off. Anyone of you right on the table?
I think I stated it's going to be one of the most competitive and exciting world champs. Irrespective of course, loving to see our locals do well, and we get medals. We are hoping that we can get to the double digits with the medals. But outside of even just our locals, hands down, the championships itself is exciting. Seeing, as you mentioned, the likes of Warholm, the Plantis, the showdowns expected in the hurdles with Holloway versus Parchment versus Broadbell, the hurdles women. It's the 200 meters. I think initially everybody had Noah Lyles, but then now looking at the impact of Tobago plus the improvement of Zarnell Hughes, there's a lot of anticipation, and I think it's just the right seasoning for the meal at the championships. So it's a lot to look forward to, and not something that you'd want to miss. And I think this might be one of the most exciting, or probably one of the most watched championships, just because of the what's brewing in the background.
I have no more comments.
Fuck you.
I'm good. No more comments. I'm good.
For me, it's a hope that behind the scenes, like everything would function on a somewhat normal level. There's always going to be some issue at events like these, logistics, whatever. But I hope that everything is going fine for everybody. Yeah, because I want everyone to be at their best. You don't want distractions, right? Because like I saw in Eugene, like even the athletes village, it was to me it was substandard. It was despicable. I wouldn't have stayed there, but hopefully nothing like that is happening with the athletes, and they're getting everything that they need to perform at the best that they need to, or they can. And I hope Jamaica get a whole heap of medals, a whole heap of surprises.
Double digits, eh?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. It was a pleasure having you guys here, man. Respect again, Adrian. Big up yourself, Akil. Respect as always, Coach Q. Kims was here earlier. Leaford who jumped on. And to all of you guys in the comment section, you know that without you guys, we can't have a show because you are the vibes of the show. So big up to yourself, commenters. And hopefully
Big up Fluffy.
Big up Fluffy. Fluffy have to get a separate section. You can't just.
Hopefully we'll be back here on Saturday with all of you guys once again to do a little review of the action and all of those stuff. So remember, guys, ensure that you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Big up, enjoy yourself, peace out.
Respect.